Chapter 192. Not only Rong Junhan's dance school, but Papa Yu's art gallery was also affected. The news of Yu Jing's deceitful marriage was plastered all over the Yu family's house. It made people understand why Rong Junhan's dance school was destroyed and Papa Yu's art gallery was destroyed. It was all because Yu Jing cheated people's feelings and money. Rong Junhan and her family were very angry, but they could not find out who did it. They did not know what kind of tricks they had up their sleeves. Yu Jing had to wear a hat and a mask when she went out these 2 days, because the people around her were all pointing at her and avoiding her. Look, it's that bad, Annie. We are not going to school here today. It's that little b asterisk TCH again. I heard that she cheated a rich young master and made him bankrupt. He will go to hell after he dies. How could she cheat money with that kind of looks? That rich young master is so gullible. Not only that, the Yu family's house was splashed with dog's blood recently. People even wrote B** TCH on the wall of the house. What was worse was that people even smashed the glass with stones. Yu Jing could not bear it anymore. Shenlin is such a coward. How dare he let the Shuns treat me like this? He even said that he will love me for the rest of his life. I haven't divorced that bastard yet. Aren't they afraid of being struck by lightning for doing this? Seeing that Yu Jing was so angry, Rong Junhan quickly went to her and sat down beside her. She tried to calm her down. Our plan failed this time. We have lost everything. Xiao Jing, you should find a good family as soon as possible and make plans for your future. What plans do I have? If I see a good man, I will go after him. Yu Jing did not care. She was very confident that she could flirt with men. Last night, I saw a handsome man in a nightclub. Girls should not go to that kind of place. Rong Junhan said unhappily. Mom, I restrained myself in order to play the role of a good wife to Shenlin. Right? What happened in the end? I did not get anything. So, why should I restrain myself? Yu Jing continued to be confident. Anyway, even if Shenlin was gone, there was still a big world with millions of men. Rong Junhan could not control her. She could only let her be. That night, Yu Jing went to the nightclub she went to last night. She wanted to meet the handsome man from before. She had to admit that she was really lucky. She managed to hook such a handsome mixed-race man. The two of them flirted with each other. Yu Jing drank a lot of alcohol. When she woke up the next day, there were 4 or 5 men sleeping beside her. They were all naked. She had no idea that this matter had been deliberately arranged by someone to return an eye for an eye. Perhaps this family did not even know that their own hell had quietly begun. Since Shan Jianchuan had already woken up, then of course he could choose to slowly torture this family of 3. If they did not go crazy, they would not survive. When Mu Qiqi went to the hospital to visit her father again, he spoke much better. It seems that in less than a year and a half, you could be completely like a normal person. Mu Qiqi smiled at Shan Jianchuan as she scooped some soup for him. Shan Jianchuan was satisfied when he saw his daughter. But, he said, I hope that I can lie down forever. Then, you can come and see me often. I can also come and see you often when you are well. Actually, Mu Qiqi really wanted to know if the series of bad luck that Rong Junhan had experienced was really related to her father. Do you have any questions? Shan Jianchuan could see that his daughter wanted to say something about Rong Junhan and her daughter. Speaking of this, give the thing under my pillow to Shenlin. Shan Jianchuan ordered Mu Qiqi. What? Mu Qiqi reached out her hand and found a small USB flash drive. What's in it? It's not suitable for children, but at least it helped Shenlin to vent his anger. Mu Qiqi nodded and kept the USB flash drive. Then, she asked Shan Jianchuan, Dad, how much do you plan to deal with Rong Junhan and her family? Shan Jianchuan could not answer her. He could not answer her. Who knew? Let's see how happy he was. When Mu Qiqi saw that he did not speak, she knew that he must be hiding a sinister scheme in his mind. In this aspect, he and Xiao Xiao were too similar. Both of them were people who refused to be taken advantage of, and they would definitely take revenge. Do you have a boyfriend? Mu Qiqi was stunned by Shan Jianchuan's sudden question. Mu Qiqi did not have time to answer him, but Shan Jianchuan had already noticed something. Does this mean that you have a boyfriend? Whose child is it? Dad, You should drink the soup. Mu Chi stuffed his mouth with the soup. She stopped him from asking any more questions. Shen Jianchuan did not want to be an annoying father. He just shut his mouth. It was too easy to investigate. But he did not want his daughter to be disappointed in him. After Mu Chi came out of the hospital, she took the things and went to Shen Mansion. Although Shen Lin did not know how to face her, Mu Chi was a generous person. She took the initiative to greet him. My father asked me to give this to you. He said that he wants to help you to vent your anger. Shen Lin took the things and looked at Mu Chi. In the end, he sighed and apologized. I'm sorry for what happened just now. Although I don't like you, you didn't do anything to me. That's a different matter. Mu Chi replied. Moreover, your task now is to deal with your relationship with Yu Jing. You can settle the score with me in the future. Anyway, you still have a long way to go. Chi, thank you. If you really want to thank me, then pluck up your courage and be a decent man. That way, I'll look up to you even more. Yu Jing, that bitch, I want to beat her up every time I see her. You should really fight back and let me watch the show. I think it's good too. I'll try. They had been in love for a long time, and they had sacrificed so much. It was not easy to let go. Mu Chi did not force him. After all, it was Shen Lin's personal matter. It had nothing to do with her. But now, when she went to Shen Mansion, apart from Grandpa Shen's love, Huang Yu and Shen Jinyan also served her well. They really treated Mu Chi like their own daughter. Because of that, Mu Chi's status in the Shen family rose. Of course, some were happy and some were sad. Seeing that Mu Chi was so popular, third daughter-in-law started to feel bad. Although she had been as quiet as a chicken over the last few days, quietly observing how things would develop, the old man would probably only remember Mu Chi as his granddaughter in the end and forget about her own daughter. That was not a good thing. Mu Chi helped to get rid of Rong Junhan. Of course, they should thank her. But they had to be careful. The Shen family asked Mu Chi to stay for dinner. But Mu Chi rejected them. She said that she wanted to go home and have dinner with her aunt. But Su Zipei and Lu Wenhua were together now. She did not need to be the third wheel anymore. But Mu Chi insisted. So, the Shen family did not ask her to stay. Chapter 193. Grandpa Shen looked at Mu Chi back as she left. His expression was unfathomable. Mu Chi was not in a relationship. She and Sheng Xiao had been living together for some time now, and they had sex almost every night. She was thirsty for more. She rushed home because Sheng Xiao told her that he would bring her to a new place for a date. So many things had happened recently. They did not have the chance to go out and have fun. Sheng Xiao was also in a hurry. Mama Sheng could still see her son's figure in Huang Yao. But in the next second, she could only see his yellow sports car speeding past. Mama Sheng sighed helplessly. But when she turned around, she saw Jingyan. Jingyan saw Mama Sheng too. At that moment, he regretted that he did not leave the company 5 minutes later. Jingyan, what is Sheng Xiao busy with these days? He always comes and goes in a hurry. Madam, I'm not sure. Isn't young master always like this? Jingyan was still trying to avoid the topic. You're right. By the way, you should bring the girl from the Shen family who doesn't share the same surname as you. She's quite popular these days. She helped old Shen solve Rong Junhan's problem. I'd like to meet such an amazing 18-year-old girl. Yes, madam. The Shen family and the Sheng family had a good relationship. Mama Sheng had met all the members of the Shen family. So, she was curious when Mu Chi appeared. She wanted to hear about her interesting stories. But she did not know that this 18-year-old girl was her daughter-in-law. Actually, Jingyan was also very anxious. He was not as calm as he looked. He was afraid that Mu Chi would not know her place and leave a bad impression on the Sheng family. Then, it would be harder for her to marry into the Shen family. But he could not find an excuse when Madame asked him again and again. Could he? Did he think that Sheng Xiao did not have a good plan? At night, Sheng Xiao drove Mu Chi. When they went out, he asked her to wear a black miniskirt with high heels and put on makeup. Mu Chi saw Sheng Xiao wearing a blue striped suit. He looked very formal. She could not help but ask, "Who are we going to meet?" "We're going to an art exhibition. Are you interested?" Sheng Xiao said mysteriously. Who's going to hold an art exhibition at night? Sheng Xiao smiled. His handsome face looked especially sexy and charming at that moment. Soon, they arrived at the Black Maple Gallery. However, Sheng Xiao did not bring Mu Qiqi in. Instead, they sat down at the Western restaurant opposite the gallery. Since he had booked the whole place and the restaurant was open air, they could clearly see the opposite side. Hence, Sheng Xiao was in a good mood. But Mu Qiqi was puzzled. She held her chin and looked at him. Are you not going to tell me anything? Papa Yu is holding an art exhibition here today. So, I brought you here to watch a show. Sheng Xiao picked up the glass of red wine and aimed it at the gallery opposite. How did you know there would be a good show? Because I trust my instincts. Sheng Xiao pointed at his head. Why did Papa Yu have to be so careful? It was because he was afraid that someone would come and cause trouble again. His own gallery was destroyed, and now he wanted to borrow someone else's gallery for the exhibition. Moreover, he decided to hold the exhibition at night. This was to ensure that everything would go smoothly during the exhibition. By keeping a low profile, it was not easy to attract attention. However, to his surprise, a group of reporters came to the art exhibition. When they saw Papa Yu, they went up to him to interview him. Mr. Yu, I heard that your daughter is suspected of marriage fraud. Is it true? Mr. Yu, I heard that you and your lover from many years ago had an affair and worked together to cheat the Shun family's company. Is that true? Mr. Yu, there are rumors that your paintings were created through improper means. What do you think of it? Papa Yu was surrounded by the reporters. He immediately called the security guards. But there were too many reporters, and the security guards were limited. In the end, Papa Yu could only shout, Nonsense! You are all talking nonsense. Where did you hear that? Do you believe that I can sue you for slander? Mr. Yu, you can sue us if you want, but you have to answer our question first. It seems that the gallery opposite is very lively. Sheng Xiao smiled as he elegantly cut the beef. I saw a lot of reporters there. Mu Qiqi saw it clearly. There are about a dozen of them. I'm afraid that the security guards in the gallery are not enough. Soon, Papa Yu cannot take it anymore. He asked the security guards to clear the way for him. He wanted to leave first. However, the reporters rushed out of the art gallery and pushed Papa Yu down the stairs. The stairs were not high, but Papa Yu rolled into the middle of the road. If the driver did not stop the car in time, he would have died under the wheels. Although his life was not in danger, he was seriously injured. Soon, Papa Yu was sent to the hospital. Almost, little rascal, are you feeling sorry for him? Sheng Xiao asked, amused. I don't want to kill him. It's not bad to break his limbs and let him suffer. Sheng Xiao put the steak on her plate and pinched her nose. Hurry up and eat. Once you finish eating, I will fulfill your wish. Huh? In fact, Papa Yu's hand was crushed by the wheels. It was just that Mu Qiqi did not see it. Moreover, it was his right hand. When he was sent to the emergency room, Papa Yu was diagnosed with a comminuted fracture of the last 3 fingers on his right hand. Although it could be cured, it would leave a sequela if it was not cured. Rong Junhan and Yu Jing arrived at the hospital soon. When they saw Papa Yu's hand, they asked quickly, how did he get a comminuted fracture? Reporters. It's all those damn reporters' fault. It must be the Shun family's doing. Papa Yu shouted in pain. The Shun family wants to torture us bit by bit. They don't want us to live well. Rong Junhan turned around angrily after she heard that. Xiao Jing, take care of your father. I will go to the Shun family. But who would admit that it was the Shun family? Soon, Mu Qiqi knew about Papa Yu's injury. She looked at Sheng Xiao in surprise. He really got a fracture. Idiot. Sheng Xiao looked at her in disdain. But there was a hint of affection in his eyes. Now that Papa Yu is injured, I'm afraid Rong Junhan will go to the Shun family. Let your grandfather deal with it. We just need to watch the show. I'm afraid that this family will go crazy soon. Sheng Xiao believed in Shun Jianchuan's ability to torture people. Moreover, they had a grudge for more than 10 years. Because Shun Jianchuan was not torturing Rong Junhan and her family physically. Instead, he was destroying their minds bit by bit. Everything they did was not going well. Moreover, they were being troubled everywhere. Their living conditions were getting worse. Chapter 194. Rong Junhan drove straight to Shun Mansion from the hospital. But Grandpa Shun had ordered the sentries to not let anyone from the Rong family enter Shun Mansion as they pleased after she came with Yu Jing to make scene. So, it was almost impossible for Rong Junhan to enter Shun Mansion. Rong Junhan was furious, but she was stopped at the gate of the Shun family. She was not happy. She pointed at the guard at the gate and scolded, "You old bastard! Do the Shuns only know such despicable tricks? Come at me if you dare. Let me in. Huang Yu, come out now. And Mu Chi-Chi, that bastard. Little bitch." But no matter how she shouted, no one in the Shun family cared about her. In the end, no one from the Shun family came out, even when her voice was hoarse. Was there any need to care about her? Absolutely not. Grandpa Shun was in his study. Because Mu Chi-Chi had asked him to dig deeper into Rong Junhan, Grandpa Shun expanded the scope to the whole Rong family. Now, he was reading the results of the investigation. No wonder Rong Junhan left in a hurry that day. She was afraid that Grandpa Shun would find out about Rong Group's tax evasion. It was her brother who was the mastermind. But her brother was a drunkard. He could not hide the truth when he was drunk. So, he was the one who found out the truth bit by bit. Good boy. Not bad. Grandpa Shun took off his glasses after reading the information. Then he called the police. Did he still need to give face to the Rong family? He did not need to. Rong Junhan did not expect that the higher-ups would send someone to investigate Rong Group's tax issue just an hour after her lover injured his hand. Then, she received a call for help from her brother. "Sister, you must help me. Something happened to the company. The company is fine. What could happen?" Rong Junhan was anxious now. She was getting impatient. "I don't know who reported us. Now, we are being interrogated by the police about the tax issue." Rong Junhan was stunned when she heard the word tax. She dropped her phone. No, Rong Junhan said. Then, she picked up her phone from the ground. She told her brother, "Stay calm. I will come over now, sis, it's too late. I'm going to be taken back for questioning now." Rong Junhan felt as if she had been struck by lightning. Because Rong Group was her last trump card. If she lost Rong Group, she would have nothing left. Soon, Rong Junhan called her lawyer. The lawyer stayed silent for a few seconds after he heard about it. Then he said, "I've told you before that you can't do this kind of thing. But you didn't believe me and came to me now. What can I do? The amount of tax evasion by the Rong Group is no longer a matter of fines and compensation. You'll have to go to jail. You and your brother, at least 3 years, at most 7 years." Rong Junhan's legs were weak. She could only beg the lawyer. "Lawyerin, please help me. This isn't a private lawsuit. I'll quit, okay?" After that, the other party hung up the phone. Rong Junhan called out a few times, but there was no response. Even her lawyer could not stand it anymore. Papa Yu's hand was injured, so he would not be able to paint in a short period of time. Moreover, Yu Jing was in such a state, so the father and daughter could not help her at all. Thinking about that, Rong Junhan's heart sank. No, she should ask her friends for help. Maybe they could still be saved. But who would be willing to help them now? Were their friends stupid? Soon, Mu Chi-Chi knew about what happened to the Rong family. Of course, she clapped her hands and cheered. Rong Junhan had framed the Shun family. Now, she was the one who was humiliated by the Shun family. But it was not the Shun family's fault. It was Rong Junhan's own fault, wasn't it? Mu Chi-Chi followed Grandpa Shun's order to go to the Shun family for dinner. But she wanted to know who was the culprit this time. Grandpa Shun sneered while he was eating. "Didn't you ask me to dig deeper? Then I found out the truth. Then I made a phone call to report the culprit." Mu Chi-Chi laughed and gave Grandpa Shun a thumbs up. "Grandpa, you're so good at it." "Oomph." Grandpa Shun snorted. Then he thought of something and said to Mu Chi-Chi, "Don't go to class next Saturday. Accompany me to a birthday party and visit an old comrade. Father, Roy, is coming home soon. Let her go with you." Third Aunt said to Grandpa Shun immediately, "Although Chi-Chi's family background is not low, the birthday party you're going will be attended by guests with powerful backgrounds. I'm afraid that she won't know how to deal with them if they ask about her background." Third Aunt looked like she was kind enough to prevent Mu Chi-Chi from being embarrassed. But, in fact, she wanted to remind Grandpa Shun that he had another granddaughter. He should not be biased. Grandpa Shun finished his soup and looked at Third Aunt. He was suspicious. Are you afraid that I can't take good care of Chi-Chi? Or are you mocking Chi-Chi for not being presentable? Father, I don't mean that. Ruoi is my granddaughter. You don't need to remind her. Even if she comes back, the Shun family will still be her home. But this will not affect my decision to bring Chi-Chi to the birthday party. Grandpa Shun was obviously unhappy. Actually, Mu Chi-Chi did not really want to go to the birthday party. She preferred to stay at home with her aunt and Shang Xiao. It's decided then. Xiao Qi will go with me on Saturday. I'll introduce you to the boy from the Lin family. If you can date him, Grandpa Shun will be very happy. Grandpa Shun actually had such an intention. So, Mu Chi-Chi immediately said with a sad face, Grandpa, I'm still young. I'm just a freshman. You can get to know each other and date him for 3 to 4 years. Then you can get married, right? Otherwise, you'll become an old lady like your aunt. Mu Chi-Chi felt helpless. She did not know if Grandpa Shun was being conservative or old-fashioned. Mu Chi-Chi had Shang Xiao. Of course, she did not need other resources. But third aunt was very jealous of her. Shun Ruai was older than Mu Chi-Chi. It was because the second and third sons of the Shun family got married earlier than Shun Jianchuan. So, their children should be older. Why did Grandpa Shun not introduce the young master of the Lin family to Ruai? Instead, he introduced Mu Chi-Chi, who was not even 19 years old. Wasn't he being biased? Huang Yu and Shan Jinyun did not think that way. But third daughter-in-law was very unhappy about it. Speaking of appearance, talent, and family background, Shun Ruai was not as good as Mu Chi-Chi. Grandpa Shun could really do it. But Mu Chi-Chi could see that third aunt was unhappy. So, she said, why don't I talk to Grandpa? I don't need your fake kindness. Chapter 195. Although she did not want to go, she did not want third aunt to take advantage of her. So, after third aunt left, Mu Chi-Chi said to Huang Yu, why don't I ask Grandpa to bring your daughter instead? She is only 17. Why would she need it? Huang Yu smiled. But, Xiao Qi, tell me the truth. Do you already have someone you like? Mu Chi-Chi was stunned. She did not answer. If the Shun family knew that she had such a relationship with Shang Xiao, would they feel that it was a disgrace to the family? Would they chase her out immediately? You can say that. Mu Chi-Chi answered mysteriously. But you can't ask me who it is. When I grow up, I will pursue it myself. You are so young. Huang Yu did not continue asking. Of course, she would not think about Shang Xiao. Although they had some history, the crown prince of Huang Yao was not someone that a little girl like Mu Chi-Chi could win over. So, Mu Chi-Chi managed to escape. When she got home, Shang Xiao was already at home. He was wearing a black shirt and sitting in the living room. He was reading the documents with all his attention. But he did not ignore the little figure that walked in. You are back. Mu Chi-Chi was mesmerized by his serious look, especially when he was wearing a black shirt. That kind of abstinence made people not dare to get close to him, but they could not help but look at him a few more times. It was really fascinating. But Mu Chi-Chi remembered what Grandpa Shen said today. So, she walked up to Shang Xiao and took the documents from his hands. Then, she straddled him and said, Grandpa is bringing me to some birthday party. And what? Shang Xiao asked her dangerously. And he said that he is going to introduce a boyfriend to me. Mu Chi-Chi lowered her head and drew circles in the air with her index finger. You want to go? Shang Xiao lifted her chin and asked, Are you tired of living? Shang Xiao carried her from the sofa and pinned her against the wall. He punished her harshly. Have you forgotten who your man is? Huh? How can I forget? Mu Chi-Chi quickly explained. Xiao, I have worked so hard to get you. How can I go and see someone else? Did you chase me? Shang Xiao snorted coldly. I was the one who protected and spoiled you. You still dare to go on a blind date? I'm catching up. I've had a crush on you for so long. Can't you feel how deep my feelings for you are? This time, Shang Xiao found it interesting. How deep? How am I supposed to express my gratitude? You only know how to bully me. At that, Shang Xiao picked her up and put her on the big bed in the bedroom. He had thought that there would be a round of kisses, but he simply flipped her over, lifted her skirt, and gave her a few tight slaps on her buttocks. Mu Chi was in so much pain that she was in tears. You bully me. Sheng Xiao knew that she was in pain, so he helped her massage it again. I'll teach you a lesson. How do you know I have no memory? I remember it. I remember it even if I have to go to the ends of the earth. My man is Sheng Xiao. He's an arrogant demon, but he's also a meticulous man. He loves to tease me the most, but I find him very charming. At her words, Sheng Xiao leaned over and kissed her red buttocks. Mu Chi blushed and quickly covered her mouth. I haven't showered yet. Which part of your body have I not kissed? Sheng Xiao said in disdain. Then he carried Mu Chi into the bedroom and put her in the bathtub. You can go to the birthday banquet, but I know what I'm doing. Mu Chi quickly raised her hand and swore. I just want to get to know more people, but I won't look at another man. Sheng Xiao snorted. He was satisfied. It was not because he was being generous, but because the Sheng family was also on the invitation list. Before this, he had thought that this kind of occasion was boring. It seemed that he would have to snatch the invitation from six brothers' hands. By the way, Xiao, shouldn't we send a gift to Aunt Zipei now that she's getting married? Sheng Xiao nodded when he heard the word. His gaze softened, because Mu Chi saw the two of them as a whole. To Mu Chi, he was the head of the family and her husband. And to Su Zipei, he was her niece's son-in-law. What is Aunt Zipei like? Aunt Zipei has everything. She just wants us to be happy. Mu Chi said as she lay on the bathtub. Then let's give her a peace of mind. I'll leave it to you. Mu Chi grabbed Sheng Xiao's hand and rested her head on the back of his hand. Soon, she fell asleep. Sheng Xiao helped his little one with her bath and went to the study to ask Jing Yun to prepare a gift. It did not need to be expensive, but it was a sincere blessing. He believed that Su Zipei would like it. Then, he looked at Mu Chi, who was sleeping soundly on the bed. But Sheng Xiao was not in a hurry to sleep. It was because Grandpa Shun was too unreliable this time. Was only 19 years old. How could this old man be so eager to find a grandson-in-law? If Grandpa Shun scared him like this, he should not blame him for giving Grandpa Shun a headache. It was already late at night. But Rong Junhan had asked most of her relatives and friends to save her brother. But none of them would help her. Rong Junhan was very anxious. But she did not stop until she reached her sister-in-law's house. My daughter has divorced your brother. How dare you come here? You deserve what happened to the Rong family. She sneered at her. I really want to set off firecrackers. What did the Rong family say when your brother humiliated my daughter? Now it's karma. Rong Junhan knew it would be like this. But she did not have the time and energy to quarrel with them. She could only walk out of the house. This family doesn't even change the lights in the stairwell. I'm afraid they are too poor to save my brother. Rong Junhan said angrily. Then, she turned on the flashlight on her phone. But she was pushed by someone from behind. She screamed and rolled down the stairs. She would not be so lucky this time. She could be forgiven if she did not do so many bad things in the past. If she had not done so many bad things in the past, she would not have to pay for it like this today. Soon, Yu Jing received the news that Rong Junhan was injured. Her father had just come in, and Rong Junhan had many fractures in her body. Yu Jing could not hold it anymore. She broke down and cried. Mu Chi felt that she could not accept the news. The Rong family was investigated yesterday. Today, Rong Junhan was admitted to the hospital with fractures. Would she be sent to jail tomorrow? Was Rong Junhan really unlucky, or she felt that her father would not be so fast? Maybe Rong Junhan was really unlucky. On the other hand, Yu Jing did not know what to do. The only person she could think of was Shun Lin. Chapter 196. But she did not have Shin Lin's contact number now, so she could only beg the Shin family for help, especially when she heard that her uncle was arrested. Now, she saw Rong Junhan lying on the bed. She was at a loss. She just wanted to rely on someone else. At this moment, who else would be willing to give her support? Of course, it was Shun Lin. Yu Jing took a taxi and went to the Shun family. But she was not allowed to enter the house. She cried and threw a tantrum. The guards at the door did not dare to touch her. So, they could only inform Grandpa Shun. But Grandpa Shun did not care about this. He asked Huang Yu to settle the debt she owed. Huang Yu looked at her son. Although Shenlin did not say anything, she knew that he wanted to end things with Yujing once and for all. Shenlin was humiliated and trampled on like that. Even Mu Qiqi hoped that he could muster up his courage and say no to this woman. How could he let his parents and family down? So, Shenlin still told Huang Yu after she hesitated. "Mother, let me go. Can you really handle it?" Huang Yu was afraid that her son would be soft-hearted. Shenlin did not hide his emotions, but he insisted. "Just let me go. I want to know the truth. I understand what you mean. Go ahead." Huang Yu nodded. Shenlin could guess why Yujing came to him. Now, the Rong family was declining. Her parents and uncle were in trouble. She needed someone to rely on. This woman always relied on others to live. She did not want to take responsibility. She was like a parasite. Shenlin walked to the door of the Shun family. He saw Yujing squatting on the ground, but there was no joy in his eyes. There was only hatred and anger. When Yujing saw Shenlin, she immediately went forward and hugged his legs. She said, "Shenlin, you finally came out to see me. I knew that you would come out. You did not want to leave me behind." Shenlin did not move. He let Yujing hug him. He felt that it was ironic when he thought of how Yujing humiliated him that day. "I remember clearly that day. You said that I did not achieve anything. I have no skills. I only know how to ask my parents for money. I only said those words out of anger. But I think you're right." Shenlin sneered. "How can a lowly man like me be worthy of you kneeling down on your noble knees and begging me for mercy?" As Shenlin spoke, he pinched Yujing's chin and said, "Don't you want her dignity anymore? Do you have any sense of shame? Do you know how to write the word cheap?" "Shenlin, for the past few days, I've been wondering why a useless man like me would fall for you. Now I finally understand. It's because you don't have any skills and your skills in bed are like a dead fish. Not only do you ask your parents for money, but you also cheat other men of their money. What right do you have to look down on me?" Yujing was in tears. Her chin was pinched and she could not say a word. "Look, your uncle is down and your parents are injured, but didn't you still confine me? You said I'm cheap, but are you even more cheap than me? Shenlin, don't you love me anymore?" "Love?" Shenlin sneered and looked up at the sky. Then he answered Yujing, "Didn't you destroy my little love? Compared to your humiliation, my little love is nothing. Do you really think you're a beauty? Do you really think I can't live without you?" Yujing looked carefully. "My Shen family is powerful and influential. Do you think I, Shenlin, lack women? Yes, I was lied to by you before, but I can get a divorce. After the divorce, there will still be people who like me because I will become better and better. But what about you? You're going to sink into the mud and then fall into hell. Why do I still like you like this?" After hearing what Shenlin said, Yujing quickly confessed to him, "I'll change. I won't say those cheap words anymore. I'll really change. Believe me." Thinking about the woman in front of him and thinking about his past, Shenlin only felt that everything was so ridiculous and worthless. What he sacrificed everything for was actually such a thing. Finally, he felt relieved and got rid of Yujing. "I don't want to see you again. Don't ever let me see you again. Shenlin, get lost." This time, Shenlin was very determined. What true love? What faithful love? In front of money, it seemed so fragile. Yujing was still shouting behind him. But Shenlin could not hear her anymore. It was really not worth it to be dragged into hell by such a person. Huang Yu saw her son coming back as she wished. She also knew that Yujing was still crying outside. Since her son had made a decision, she was relieved. Join the army next spring. Try to be a man of indomitable spirit. Don't let your grandfather down again. Shenlin held Huang Yu's hand and nodded. "Don't worry, Mom. It's enough to be silly once. I won't be silly again. Qiqi is your sister. She deserves your protection. Repay her in the future." "I will." Once something was kept in a man's heart, it would be a promise for a lifetime. Mu Qiqi protected his parents and exposed his fake marriage. He would certainly remember her kindness for the rest of his life. In the future, if someone in the Shan family bullied Mu Qiqi, he would be the first one to speak up for her. "Your eldest cousin is coming back. Look at third brother. I don't think he likes Mu Qiqi very much. Help him to keep an eye on her. Okay, go back to your room." Huang Yu patted her son's shoulder and reminded him to rest. As for Yu Jing, who was outside the door, she would just let her fend for herself. Speaking of Shun Lin's eldest cousin, Shun Ruoyi, she was very studious. She had completed all the courses in the university at a young age. Now, she was a postgraduate student. She was widely acknowledged as a talented girl. Grandpa Shun had no reason to dislike such a granddaughter. But deep down, he loved Muchichi more. It was because Shun Ruoyi grew up in a honeypot. But Muchichi was not. Because Grandpa Shun liked Muchichi more, third sister was so anxious. She urged her daughter to go home. She had already found a handsome young man in the Lin family for her daughter. She could not let Muchichi have it. But Shun Ruoyi did not agree. "Mom, I will definitely go home tomorrow. But can you not make a match for me? I don't like that kind of handsome young man." "Then who do you like?" I don't want to talk to you anymore." Shun Ruoyi could not communicate with her mother at all. "Oh yeah, the new cousin is called Muchichi, right? What is she like? I will bring some back for her. It's none of your business what she likes. I'm warning you, don't have too much contact with her." Chapter 197. But Shun Ruoyi did not think so. She had to get close to Muchichi, because Muchichi was related to the Shung family. So, she went to a luxury shop in France and bought some toys for Muchichi despite her mother's objection. She wanted to give them to Muchichi as a gift. Muchichi knew that her cousin was coming back. So, she asked Sheng Xiao about her. But Sheng Xiao only answered her, "I don't know her." Shun Ruoyi had a lot of experience in school. She was talented and well-educated. She was not like third aunt's daughter at all, but she was just normal. She did not have any personality at all. Moreover, Sheng Xiao rarely paid attention to the girls in the Shun family except for Muchichi. He spent more time with the men. Muchichi nodded after getting the answer. "All right, I'll have to find out more about her myself. I hope that she is really different from third aunt." When Shun Ruoyi reached home, it was already nighttime in Jianchuan. The first thing she did was to kiss Grandpa Shun. "Grandpa, I'm back." Grandpa Shun was happy to see his granddaughter. "You're getting more and more beautiful." "That's right. Even I haven't seen you in almost half a year." Huang Yu reached out and pulled her daughter into a hug. Shun Ruoyi greeted everyone in the family, but she did not see Muchichi. "Didn't you say that there's a new member in the family?" "She's still on the way," said Grandpa Shun. But third aunt's expression changed. She did not like her daughter to have too much interaction with Muchichi. So, she whispered to Shun Ruoyi, "Didn't I tell you not to mind other people's business?" Shun Ruoyi would not listen to her. After a while, she started chatting with Shun Lin. Soon, Muchichi appeared at the entrance of the Shun family. She came here with the intention to meet this talented lady. She heard that Shun Ruoyi was a talented lady. She entered the living room and saw a tall girl with a confident smile. Muchichi had a good first impression of her. She was tall and had an oval face. She had long hair and was dressed in an exotic way. She must have good taste. Shun Ruoyi took out a gift when she saw Muchichi. She walked toward her and said, "This is for you." "Welcome." Ruoyi, third, and was furious. Muchichi looked at the gift box in her hand. It was a famous watch. She immediately replied, "This is too expensive. We're sisters, there's no need to be so polite." Shun Ruoyi was very friendly. She was confident and generous. She really had the demeanor of the Shun family's young lady. It was no wonder that third aunt was jealous of Grandpa Shun's love for her. She really hoped that Grandpa Shun would pay more attention to such an outstanding daughter. "It's time to eat. Let's talk while we eat." Shun Ruoyi held Muchichi's hand and sat down at the dining table. She accidentally noticed the tattoo on Muchichi's earlobe. She was surprised. "Is this Uncle Sheng Jiaxiao's English name? You know about it?" Muchichi was surprised because Xiao Xiao said that very few people knew about his name. "I saw him sign it when I went to the Sheng family a few years ago." "Why did you tattoo it on your ear?" Fortunately, she had explained about the tattoo before. Otherwise, she would not be able to hide it anymore if she was exposed. She admires her savior. Grandpa Shun explained for Muchichi. But Sheng Xiao deserves to be her idol. It's fate. Shun Ruoyi smiled. She took the red wine and toasted Muchichi. "It's our first time meeting. I hope that we can take care of each other in the future. Muchichi did not know why. Although Shinruoi had explained it to her, she still felt that something was not right. A woman's intuition was very accurate sometimes. So, even though Shinruoi was so friendly to her, she was still cautious. She was not the old Muchichi who only knew how to look at a person's appearance. So, although she seemed to agree with Shinruoi on the surface, she was still suspicious of her cousin. Ruoi, Grandpa Lin, is going to celebrate his 70th birthday soon, but he doesn't want to bring you along. Third aunt took the opportunity to stir up trouble. I was thinking that since you like Chi-Chi so much, why don't you two go? Then, you can take care of her. I was thinking that you're a talented girl in the literature department. You're also considerate. If Chi-Chi makes any mistakes, you can make up for it. You're even comparing this. Huang Yu smiled. Chi-Chi is a genius in science. Don't you know how many marks she got into Shangting University? It's because Chi-Chi is a science student. She doesn't have a high EQ. That's why I asked Ruoi to help her. Isn't it for the good of the Shun family? Chi-Chi has a high EQ. It's not a problem. Huang Yu refuted. All right, you have to quarrel over such a small matter. Ruoi, let's go together. Grandpa Shun decided that since his granddaughter was back, it was reasonable for her to meet the elders. But he never thought that Muchichi needed someone to take care of her. He knew that this sly girl was weird and cunning. That's more like it. Third aunt felt better. Adults are always so boring. Shinruoi did not show that she wanted to go, but she did not say that she would not go either. Muchichi could not tell which side she was on at the moment, but she had a feeling that her cousin was not as simple as she looked. So, soon, Muchichi found an excuse to go home to accompany her aunt. Then, she left the Shin family and went back to her new home. When she saw Sheng Xiao, she climbed onto his lap and asked, "Does Shun Ruoi know that it's your English name?" Sheng Xiao looked at her angry face. Then, he pointed at the tattoo on his collarbone and asked her, "Does Shun Ruoi know that it's your English name?" Xiao Xiao, let me be honest with you. I don't like Shun Ruoi. I don't know why, but I feel that she's being nice to me. She has a purpose. You see, she gave me a lot of gifts when we first met. But when the others in the Shun family knew about my existence, they all frowned at me. Since you don't like it, you should give her something of the same value. Consider it as a return gift. Then, you won't feel uneasy and feel that you owe her a favor. My little one, do you still lack these things? Muchichi thought about it and felt that it was reasonable. These powerful families are so complicated. You grew up in the Mu family. You should be familiar with these things. Aren't you used to it? Sheng Xiao hugged her, and it comforted her. Chapter 198. Shinruoi was too nice to Muchichi. Third, Aunt was puzzled. After the family dinner, she went to her daughter's room and asked, "Do you really like Muchichi? Why didn't you think of buying them for your parents when you bought them for her? Or, are you just trying to stall for time? Do you have an ulterior motive?" Shinruoi was removing her makeup at the dressing table. She felt helpless after she heard what her mother said. "Mother, why do you think of me like that? Muchichi is very likable. Don't always pick on her. It's your first time meeting her. How do you know what kind of person she is?" "Mother, I'm very tired today. Please let me go," Shinruoi said coquettishly. She knew her mother's weakness. As expected, Third Aunt took a deep breath and calmed herself down. "Then, you should rest. But don't be nice to her when you go to the birthday party. You're just a bastard. How dare you try to ride on the daughter of the family?" "Mother, I know. You should go back to your room now." Third Aunt was helpless. She could only leave her daughter's room. But she was not willing to let Muchichi go to the birthday party and steal her daughter's spotlight. Her daughter must be the prettiest one that day. She wanted to win young Master Lin's heart. But she did not know that her daughter's ambition was never to be a young master of the Lin family. The next day, Su Zipei and Lu Wenhua received a gift from Sheng Xiao. It was a set of exquisite but not luxurious jewelry. It was something that a woman would wear when she got married. Everything was exquisite, and Su Zipei liked it very much. Young Master Sheng is so considerate. He is born in a rich family, but he can understand other people's difficulties and needs. He is so considerate. This niece-in-law is so considerate. Lu Wenhua hugged Susie Pei and said to her, I don't have any children and I don't have any relatives. Now that I have you, of course, I will love Chi-Chi more. As for young Master Shang, he is not an ordinary person. I only hope that with our support, Chi-Chi will have more bargaining chips in the Shang family. Wenhua, thank you. If you want, I am willing to bear your children. But you can't be partial. Don't worry. Many people love Chi-Chi now. Lu Wenhua comforted her. Actually, I have a problem now, and I hope you can promise me. Susie Pei suddenly thought of something. After we get married, can we move to a small villa? I just hope that no matter when Chi-Chi comes home, she will have a hot meal to eat. That way, even if someone suspects her relationship with young Master Shang, she will be able to handle it. If I get married and the house is empty, how will Chi-Chi answer to the Shun family? Lu Wenhua listened to his wife and nodded. Actually, the villa is closer to Eton. Of course, I'm willing. Susie Pei got the answer and hugged Lu Wenhua gratefully. Perhaps Chi-Chi was right. The heavens had left the best for her last. After that, Susie Pei called Mu Chi-Chi. Mu Chi-Chi had just woken up, and when she learned that Shang Xiao had sent her a gift, she gave him a big kiss on the cheek. Shang Xiao opened his eyes in confusion. When he saw Mu Chi-Chi put down her phone, he pulled her into his arms and pinned her under his body. Xiao Xiao, I'm going to be late. You should know the consequences when you kissed me. Men were usually excited in the morning, especially when Mu Chi-Chi looked so obsessed with him. It was a blatant seduction. But the professor's class is really scary. Can it be scarier than me? Shang Zhao's hair was messy at the moment, and he looked so sexy. Moreover, he was naked, and his eyes were full of lust. Which woman could resist such temptation? Forget it. I'll admit it even if I fail the class. Mu Chi-Chi raised her hands and surrendered. Soon, she was addicted to his touch and kisses. She did not have the energy to think about anything else. So, the bedroom in the morning was very romantic, especially the sounds. It made her blush and let her imagination run wild. Actually, not only Mu Chi-Chi, but Shang Xiao was also late. The meeting in Huangyao was delayed for an hour. When Jing Yun saw Shang Xiao, he was full of energy. Obviously, he was satisfied. He had the person he loved in his arms. Even if it was a business deal worth billions, he could still postpone it. When she looked at the Rong family, Rong Junhan had a mental breakdown when she knew that her brother would not be able to escape from prison. Rong Group was a mess now. The shareholders had withdrawn their investments, and some had sold their shares. There was no one who could clean up the mess. Was it her daughter? She could not count on it, because Yu Jing had been thinking about how to find another man to rely on. How could she make a comeback in such a situation? The more Rong Junhan thought about it, the colder she felt. In the end, she said to Yu Jing, Shun Jianchuan is also in this hospital. Push me to see him. Mom, are you going to beg this man? He is just a cripple. He can't help us. Don't talk nonsense. You just need to push me to him. Rong Junhan said coldly. Her fracture was in a cast, so it was difficult for her to move. Okay. Yu Jing found a wheelchair and pushed Rong Junhan to the 8th floor of the hospital. It was the ward where Shun Jianchuan was recuperating. After lunch, Shun Jianchuan was about to take a nap, but when he saw his old friend, he was immediately awake. You were the one who planned everything, Jianchuan. Because other than you, I can't think of anyone else in the Shun family who would be so ruthless. Shun Jianchuan leaned against the headboard and looked at Rong Junhan calmly. This is the price you have to pay for letting me live. Rong Junhan laughed at herself when she got the answer. I was wondering how a disabled person who can't even speak properly could do so many things behind the scenes. But I have underestimated you. You're famous for being a vengeful person. I made you suffer in bed for more than 10 years. Will you leave me alone? I am too naive. Yu Jing heard their conversation and went forward angrily. She wanted to hit Shin Jianchuan, but Rong Junhan stopped her. Do whatever you want if you want to die faster. Mom, he is just a cripple. His body is damaged, but his brain is not. If you still want to live, you'd better get out of here. Rong Junhan shouted at Yu Jing. She was so agitated that she almost hurt her wound. Yu Jing stomped her feet and went out obediently. Chapter 199. I'm just a useless person. Shun Jianchuan could now speak a sentence more fluently. In that case, you still won't make life difficult for us. Rong Junhan said agitatedly. I've taken care of you for more than 10 years. Can't you spare our lives? Who did I become like this? Shen Jianchuan asked Rong Junan. I didn't do it on purpose. You did. Shen Jianchuan said confidently. If you want me to spare your life, it depends on your attitude. Are you going to cling on to something that doesn't exist, or are you willing to disappear from Jianchuan? Rong Junhan understood what Shen Jianchuan meant. Shen Jianchuan wanted her to give up everything and leave Jianchuan with Yujing. Moreover, she was not allowed to step into this city ever again. We let us go if we do that. At least, I won't bother to help you if you're somewhere else. Shen Jianchuan replied. He was a man with a daughter now. What awaited him next was rehabilitation training. He did not want to waste any more time on this family of scum. However, he could not watch this family of 3 walk around in front of him so shamelessly. I understand. Rong Junan nodded. She looked hopeless. If you want to disappear, you must disappear completely. Rong Junhan looked at her leg that was in a cast. She thought of her brother, who was going to be imprisoned. She could not help but cry. She had been scheming for so many years. She had been hiding in the Shun family for so many years. But in the end, she could not even go home. Shen Jianchuan did not pity her at all. After all, this woman had done all kinds of bad things. Rong Junhan knew that there was nothing she could do in front of Shun Jianchuan. She could only hide her embarrassment. She called Yu Jing into the ward and pushed her away from Shun Jianchuan's territory. Mom, what should we do next? Go home and pack your things. We are moving out of Jianchuan. Why? Yu Jing exclaimed. If you don't want to be the one with a broken leg, then don't ask. Yu Jing kept quiet when she thought of her parents lying in the hospital. She could not imagine how scary Shen Jianchuan was. He would kill them all. But her mother had been scheming for her whole life. But she ended up like this. Yu Jing felt that her world was collapsing. Saturday came quickly. Before she went to the Shun family, Mu Chi-Chi brought chicken soup to the hospital to visit Shun Jianchuan. Dad, drink it while it's hot. Shun Jianchuan looked at his daughter and knew that she was going to attend the birthday banquet today. He smiled and said, Are you here to learn from me? What are you thinking? I just want to see you. Mu Chi-Chi answered him. I'm here to see how Rong Junhan is doing. Didn't Grandpa say that she is also in this hospital? When Rong Junhan was mentioned, Shun Jianchuan was silent for a moment. Then he replied, You won't be able to see this family in Jianchuan anymore. Huh? Mu Chi-Chi didn't quite understand. The whole family left. Shun Jianchuan replied, Maybe I'm old and don't want to kill them all. As long as she disappears from my sight, I can let her live. The Rong clan only has herself to blame for this outcome. Mu Chi-Chi nodded. Then she smiled at Shun Jianchuan. Then we'll have to look forward to the future. You must get well soon, or I'll be bullied in the Shun family. Who dares to bully you? You don't know. Mu Chi-Chi pouted. I heard from your grandfather that Shen Ruai likes you a lot, doesn't she? Shen Jianchuan reminded her not to throw a tantrum. But if someone comes to trouble you, I will be your strongest support. You don't have to be afraid of anything. I know. She had a great boyfriend and a great father. What was there for her to be afraid of now? After visiting Shun Jianchuan in the hospital, Mu Chi-Chi went back to her new home. She changed into a black A-line dress. There was a layer of black muslin on top of the dress. She looked elegant and her skin was fair. At her age, she was in her prime. As long as there was a confident smile on her face, she would attract attention no matter where she went. Mu Chi-Chi did not know that Shang Xiao was going to the birthday banquet. She asked Uncle Lin to send her to the Shun family at 5 o'clock. She had to meet Grandpa Shun and go to the birthday banquet with Shen Ruai. Shen Ruai was wearing a blue dress and her hair was braided. She looked very special. It seemed that she knew her shortcomings. So, she always wanted to find something special to make herself look more attractive. Chi-Chi, you are so beautiful. Shen Ruai was surprised when she saw Mu Chi-Chi. I think your hair is very beautiful today. Shen Ruai smiled when she heard the compliment. I learned it overseas. I will teach you how to braid it someday. Third aunt stood aside and pulled her cloak. She rolled her eyes at them and muttered, "What do you mean by beautiful? You are just an illegitimate child. What is there to praise? We can leave after Grandpa has changed." Shinruoi was not affected by her mother at all. She was very friendly to Muchichi. Muchichi put on a fake smile. She knew that third aunt, who was not far from her, had a resentful look on her face. Soon, Grandpa Shun walked out of the room. He was wearing a blue-striped suit. He looked very energetic. "Since you are ready, let's go." Muchichi went forward and held Grandpa Shun's arm. Shinruoi was pulled aside by third aunt. She secretly gave Shinruoi a bag and put it in her silver handbag. "If you want to embarrass the girl tonight, you can apply this on her body. It will cause an allergic reaction. Be careful." "Mom!" Shinruoi was shocked. "Don't be stubborn. You have to fight for your future. Aren't you afraid now that your grandfather likes this illegitimate child so much?" Shinruoi was helpless, but she did not get angry at her mother. She would never use the thing her mother prepared. But she did not have time to take it out, so she could only put it in her handbag. The three of them got into the car, but Grandpa Shun looked at Shinruoi. "Ruoi, you're the eldest sister of the Shun family. Don't be bewitched by some evil tricks." "Grandpa, don't worry. I will take good care of Chi-Chi." Shinruoi smiled and held Muchichi's hand. If it was someone else, they would have long fallen in love with this elder sister, right? Chapter 200. Especially when Shinruoi was so friendly to her. Even Grandpa Shun would be suspicious. "Chi-Chi, don't be nervous at the banquet tonight. They are my old comrades. They won't make things difficult for you." "I know, Grandpa." Anyway, she was used to gossip. She would easily become the topic of gossip when she was in such a situation. She was a twin. How could she have two fathers? It was normal for others to be curious. She could pretend that she did not hear anything as long as it was not too much. "I will keep a close eye on Chi-Chi's location," Shinruoi said to the two of them. Grandpa Shun was very satisfied with his two granddaughters. One was talented in literature and the other was logical. They were both good descendants of the Shun family. They had brought glory to the Shun family. Soon, the car of the Shun family arrived at the entrance of the hotel where the banquet was held. The hotel staff helped Muchichi get off the car. Grandpa Lin, the protagonist of the birthday banquet, was standing at the entrance. He was wearing a white suit and looked quite handsome. When he saw his old comrade, he quickly came to welcome him. "Just call him Grandpa Lin later. I will bring you along," Shinruoi reminded Muchichi. Muchichi nodded and followed Grandpa Shun with Shinruoi. "Ruoi has become prettier." Grandpa Lin looked at Shinruoi and smiled warmly. Then, he looked at Muchichi. He seemed to understand what was going on. He said to Grandpa Shun, "You are indeed Jianchuan's daughter. You are so handsome." "Don't say that. She is still a little girl. She will have to rely on the elders to take care of her in the future. Please come in." After some polite greetings, the three of them entered the banquet hall. Looking at the colorful decorations of the banquet hall and seeing that most of the guests were dressed in military uniforms, Muchichi knew very well that it was no wonder that her third aunt was trying so hard not to let her take the limelight for herself on such an occasion. Muchichi tilted her head and looked at Shinruoi. She knew most of the guests because they often walked around, so she was not so nervous when she greeted someone she was familiar with. "Hey, Ruoi, is this your younger sister?" A woman in a red dress stopped and looked at Muchichi. She asked Shinruoi. "Yes, Aunt Yao." Shinruoi greeted her politely. Then she said to Muchichi, "This is Aunt Yao." "Hello, Aunt Yao." She looked at Muchichi and pursed her lips into a smile. She nodded in acknowledgement, but her gaze was so meaningful that it made people choke on their throats and mind it very much. Then the woman left. Shinruoi turned around and said to Muchichi, "Stay away from her. She's quite a gossip." Wasn't this gossip? Now, he was chatting with someone else, and he kept glancing at Muchichi. Grandpa Shun was greeting everyone along the way. So, Muchichi was led by Shinruoi. So, Shinruoi brought Muchichi to the place where the young men and ladies gathered together. So, Shinroi brought Mu Chi-Chi to the place where the young men and ladies gathered. Ruoi, is this your sister? There were 5 or 6 people standing in front of him. They were both men and women, and they were all about 18 or 19 years old. However, each of them had a confident attitude on their faces. One look, and you could tell that they had extraordinary backgrounds. Shinruoi looked at Mu Chi-Chi and nodded. Yes, my sister. The man didn't ask any more questions. Instead, he turned around and said to his friends, Have you heard about this girl's background? It's interesting. Shinruoi's expression changed when she heard that. She looked at Mu Chi-Chi. But Mu Chi-Chi didn't have much reaction. It was because she was already mentally prepared for it. I heard that her mother and 2 men, that's why they gave birth to a pair of twins. I heard from my mother that the young master of the Shun family was a man with a heavy taste when he was young. I didn't expect him to have such a taste. Knowing that they were up to no good, Shinroi turned around with Mu Chi-Chi. Don't listen to them. The kids who grew up in the military are all lawless and spoiled. They don't care about other people's feelings. They only think that it's fun. Then, I'll go and humiliate them. Mu Chi-Chi got rid of Shinruoi's hand and went back to the 5 men. Chi-Chi. Shinruoi was anxious. She was afraid that Mu Chi-Chi would make a fool of herself. But Mu Chi-Chi wouldn't accept it. She asked them directly, Do you think that my family background is cool? None of them expected Mu Chi-Chi to provoke them so bluntly, and all 5 of them looked at her with interest. We are wondering why you still have the cheek to appear here. Don't you think that your family background is embarrassing? I don't think so, Mu Chi-Chi answered calmly. She didn't look down on herself at all. That's interesting. Don't you know that half of the people in this banquet are talking about you behind your back? One of the boys who was wearing a white suit said, If I were you, I would have crawled into a hole in the ground. How shameless. So, what's the role of your parents in this banquet? A major general in the army. He has great achievements, the boy said proudly. Even a major general can only cultivate a person who talks behind people's back. He's a sneaky person who bullies the weak and fears the strong. Mu Chi-Chi retorted calmly. What's wrong with my family background? Does it bother you? A major general's upbringing is just so-so. Let me ask you again. What are your achievements? You're already 18 or 19 years old. Don't tell me that you only know how to eat, drink, and have fun. The boy stuttered when he was asked about his shortcomings. I know that you will talk behind people's backs. You guys look like good friends. So, I have reason to believe that you will be marked by the company you keep. Do you think that I want to be respected by you? You think too highly of yourself. They were so angry that their faces turned red. But they didn't dare to be presumptuous because their parents were there. But Mu Chi-Chi was different. It was her first time here. Even if she did something wrong, she would be forgiven first. Shinruoi witnessed the whole process of Mu Chi-Chi's retaliation. She was worried that Mu Chi-Chi would say something vulgar and bring shame to the Shun family. Chi-Chi, don't bother with these people. Just stay away from them. They're just a bunch of rich men. They might come to find trouble with you. Sure, Mu Chi-Chi was not afraid. She was being bullied now. How is she different from before? Chapter 201. I'm fine, Grandpa. I was humiliated by a few kids just now. But it's fine now, Grandpa. Shinruoi's answer was on the top. Mu Chi-Chi's answer was on the bottom. Grandpa Shun glanced at Mu Chi-Chi and asked her, How did they humiliate you? Mu Chi-Chi told Grandpa Mu everything from the beginning. She did not hide anything. But in Shinruoi's eyes, Mu Chi-Chi was just looking for trouble. Because she was not the one who was bullied. She just wanted to maintain her image as a well-mannered person. She did not want to have any conflict with anyone at the scene. But Mu Chi-Chi was not afraid of fighting. Grandpa Shun's eyes darkened when he heard that. He asked Mu Chi-Chi, Tell me, which kid did you bully? Mu Chi-Chi pointed at the few people beside her. Grandpa Shun immediately recognized those children. They were the devil's incarnations. It was his granddaughter's first time attending such a banquet. She was humiliated in front of everyone. No one would be able to accept it. Grandpa, it's just a quarrel between kids. It's not as serious as you think. Shinruoi tried to calm Grandpa Shun down immediately. If you go and find trouble with those kids, I won't be able to get along with them anymore. Grandpa Shun did not say anything. He just looked at Shun Ruoi with a meaningful gaze. I don't want to spend too much time with them. Muchichi told Shun Ruoi frankly. Sister Ruoi, you can stay away from me if you don't want to get involved. Little girl, follow me. Grandpa Shun protected Muchichi by his side. Then, he brought her back to his comrades. But Muchichi's action had alerted the parents of the kids. They were not from ordinary families. So, it was inevitable that they would feel embarrassed. Old General Shun, your granddaughter is really eloquent. It's the first time that she made the devil of the family so angry with just a few words. But it's just a quarrel between kids. I hope you won't mind it. The Major General's father walked up to the old man and spoke in a strange tone. Grandpa Shun smiled and patted Muchichi's shoulder. He replied, It's important to know one's place. You should know what you should say and what you shouldn't. I'm afraid you should go back and teach your son a lesson. Otherwise, even if my granddaughter doesn't teach him a lesson today, he will be taught a lesson by someone else. Of course, I won't take such a small matter to heart. However, if my granddaughter is unhappy, I won't be happy either. Today is Elder Lin's birthday, so it's not appropriate for me to lose my temper here. But even though I'm retired, I still believe that my words carry some weight. Major General Zhong, you should behave yourself. You don't have to worry about that. I'm more worried about you, Old Shun. After all, this is the world of the young. Aren't you afraid that your granddaughter will cause a disaster one day? Of course, the other party wouldn't be afraid of a retired old chief. Grandpa Shin smiled calmly, but he was not afraid at all. Just then, the Lin family knew that Grandpa Shun had a conflict with someone, so they quickly came to mediate. Oh, is everyone laughing at the Lin family for not taking good care of them? Both of you are people of high status. I hope that Old Shun and Major General Zhong can be kind to each other for my father's sake. You're humiliating someone else's family matter in public. Are you saying that the Shun family is in the wrong? Grandpa Shun's voice became a little sharper. You have to be taught a lesson if you're not taught well. Old Shun, don't cross the line. The Major General couldn't let go of his pride. If I'm crossing a line, why would I let my granddaughter be bullied by your son? You don't have the right to argue with me yet. Everyone was protective of their children, but old Master Shung had to tell the other party that Muchichi was not someone who could be bullied by anyone. His son was not someone who could be insulted and slandered by anyone. If he was bullied the first time, how was Xiao Qi going to attend such occasions in the future? Of course, both of them were embarrassed. But Muchichi and her granddaughter did not suffer any loss. Shinruoi took a deep breath. She always wanted to be peaceful. She thought that she would not be liked by others if she competed with them. So, she thought that Muchichi should not make a big deal out of it. Her mother said that Muchichi had a low EQ, but she did not agree with it. But how could Muchichi not know about it? But she had already said that she would not give in on this kind of thing. It was not because she had a high EQ. If she still smiled when others were stepping on her head, that would be called stupid. She would not accept this kind of thing, even if it was 100 years later. More and more people were talking about Muchichi in the banquet hall. Of course, there were different opinions about her. But she did not care about other people's opinions. It was more important for her to live comfortably. At that moment, there was a commotion in the crowd. Muchichi looked towards the entrance of the hotel. She saw a man in a black suit entering the banquet hall with Jing Yun. You must be Shang Xiao. Didn't you say that 6 brother is coming? The guests were paying close attention to the crown prince of Huangyao. It could not be helped. He was the center of attention no matter where he went. Muchichi looked at Shang Xiao. Shang Xiao looked at Muchichi too. How many people in the banquet hall greeted Shang Xiao? But he did not respond to them. He would respond to the elders. But he would not even look at those who were not important to him. Muchichi was afraid that her relationship with Shang Xiao would be exposed. So, she turned around and looked at Shun Ruoi. But, in a blink of an eye, she saw Shun Ruoi looking at Shang Xiao. She could not fake the admiration and surprise in her eyes. Suddenly, she understood why Shun Ruoi wanted to get close to her. No wonder Shun Ruoi noticed Shang Zhao's English name. But Muchichi looked away quietly. Then, she saw Sheng Xiao walking to her and Grandpa Shun. "Uncle Shun, you're here too." Grandpa Shun smiled at him. Sheng Xiao was an important person. He knew what was going on when he saw the situation in front of him. He patted Mu Chi-Chi's head and protected her. Did the little girl get into trouble? She did not get into trouble, but she was bullied. Grandpa Shun looked at Major General Zhong. Sheng Xiao knew what he meant. He smiled and said, "I will take care of her. You can relax now. Then take good care of Xiao Qi for me." The old man ordered. "If she gets talked about again, I'll make trouble for you." Chapter 202. People were afraid of Sheng Xiao because Sheng Xiao was not someone who could be persuaded by force or persuasion. Moreover, he did things according to his mood. He had many ways to take revenge. Most importantly, he would always remember that grudge in his heart. Major General Zhong restrained himself when he saw Sheng Xiao supporting Mu Chi-Chi. He did not think for himself. He had to think for his son. Offending Sheng Xiao might not end well. He did not want his son to wake up on a mountain 4,000 meters above sea level. He did not want his son to wake up one day. Sheng Xiao often did that to others. Major General Zhong wanted to turn and leave without drawing attention, but Sheng Xiao saw him turn and quickly called out, "Major General Zhong, if I hear your son speaking rudely to Mu Chi-Chi in public like this again, he's going to suffer. There are 5 of them. Are you going to teach each of them a lesson? There are 5 of them. I will spend more money. I have money." Major General Zhong did not look happy, but he could not do anything to Sheng Xiao. So, he could only swallow his anger and leave. Humph! These people are really afraid of the strong and bully the weak. Grandpa Shin snorted when he saw that. "I'm getting old. I'm not as strong as I used to be. That's because they underestimate your power." Grandpa Shun did not make any guesses about their relationship, because they were each other's benefactors. So, he understood that Sheng Xiao would want to protect Mu Chi-Chi in such a situation. "Then, I will leave it to you." Grandpa Shin smiled and pushed Mu Chi-Chi closer to Sheng Xiao. "Don't cause trouble for your uncle Sheng Xiao." Sheng Xiao raised his eyebrows at Mu Chi-Chi. He had something to tell her, but Shenroi came up to him and greeted him. "Uncle Xiao, do you remember me?" Sheng Xiao glanced at Shenroi. Then he asked casually, "Who are you?" Forget it. I don't need to know who you are. It's a waste of time to remember your name. Cheer, come with me." Sheng Xiao did not allow Shen Ruoi to finish her sentence. He dragged Mu Chi-Chi away immediately. Now that Sheng Xiao was by Mu Chi-Chi's side, everyone was looking at them again. The crown prince of Sheng family seems to have something to do with that girl from the Shun family. No wonder he's so arrogant. It turns out that he has the crown prince behind him. Why would the scions of the aristocratic families fear him? That was because Sheng Xiao was a ruthless character who showed no mercy to outsiders. He did not even care about his own family and friends. If he provoked someone, he would immediately tease them to death. He would use any kind of torture to show off. That was why he was such a famous demon in the outside world. Sheng Xiao brought Mu Chi-Chi to the buffet counter and asked her to get some snacks. On the way here, she had texted Sheng Xiao that she had not eaten anything, and Sheng Xiao remembered that the little one had not filled her stomach, so he asked her to fill the bottom first. "Xiao Xiao, I think Shenroi approached me because of you. She likes you." Mu Chi-Chi held the plate and stared at the man beside her. Sheng Xiao looked at Mu Chi-Chi abruptly. Was the little one getting jealous? "I'll say it again. I don't have any impression of her." Sheng Xiao answered Mu Chi-Chi directly. "She's just an insignificant person, but she approached me because she wants to get close to you. But I know my Xiao Qi, or will not let her get close to me." Sheng Xiao smiled confidently. He sounded like he was asking for a beating. Mu Chi-Chi glared at him. This man was really annoying. "Don't worry. No one in this world is your match, okay?" After teasing Mu Chi-Chi, he smiled and added. Mu Chi-Chi smiled as well. She took some snacks and sat at the banquet table. Sheng Xiao sat next to her and put his right hand on the back of Mu Chi-Chi's chair. He looked as if he was protecting her. No one would dare to be presumptuous towards Mu Chi-Chi anymore. Mu Chi-Chi smiled. She took a seat next to Mu Chi-Chi. Not far away, Shunruoi was envious of Muchichi. She was so envious that her eyes turned red. For so many years, she could only look at Sheng Xiao from afar. She never had the chance to be so close to Sheng Xiao like Muchichi did. She wanted to be close to Sheng Xiao, too. But Sheng Xiao did not remember her at all. He did not remember her. So, being nice to Muchichi was the only way for her to get close to Sheng Xiao. But when she lowered her head, she suddenly thought of the things in her handbag. She was very nervous because she had never done such a bad thing before. But she did not want to miss such an opportunity. Shunruoi was struggling in her heart. Muchichi ate the pastries with satisfaction. She felt more full now. But Grandpa Sheng suddenly walked toward them. He said to Muchichi, "Chi-Chi, come with me. I'll bring you to meet Grandpa Lin's grandson." Muchichi was stunned. She turned and looked at Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao was expressionless. But Muchichi could feel that he was trying his best to control himself. So, Muchichi smiled and said to Grandpa Sheng, "Grandpa, I'm still hungry. It's not good for my image now. They won't mind. Get up. Grandpa, I really don't want to get to know the young master of the Lin family. Can you let me be more comfortable?" Muchichi felt helpless. So, she told Grandpa Sheng directly, "I have a boyfriend outside. Are you lying to me?" Grandpa Sheng stared at her. "Even if it's true, it's just a boyfriend. You're not married. I'm just asking you to get to know him. What are you afraid of?" "I'm afraid." She was afraid that the man beside her would eat her up. Shunruoi walked toward them. She helped Grandpa Sheng to persuade Muchichi. "The young master of the Lin family is really handsome. You like him, Chi-Chi?" "I think my sister is more suitable." "Grandpa, please don't force me. Can you?" Grandpa Shun took a deep breath helplessly. He pointed at her and looked disappointed. "You're such a stupid girl." "It's good to be stupid," Muchichi said. "Bring your boyfriend home and let me have a look at him." Then Grandpa Shung left. She could tell that he was very disappointed. Muchichi looked at the so-called young master of the Lin family through the crowd. She was not interested at all, but Shunruoi still felt that the matter was not serious enough. She continued to persuade her. "Chi-Chi Mu and is really a good girl. You like him. You shouldn't reject my kindness." "Sister Ruoi, I said I have a boyfriend," Muchichi explained patiently. Shunruoi did not give up. She added, "You'll know my kindness in the future." Chapter 203. Lin Muin was handsome, especially his long and narrow eyes. He was really attractive. Such a man seemed to be full of emotions. Just look at what he said. It was really attractive. "Muin, you, and Muchichi seem to be a good match." Shunruoi smiled. "Really? Thank you, Sister Ruoi. But," Lin Mu, and glanced at Sheng Xiao, who was standing beside Muchichi. He greeted him politely. "Nice to meet you, Crown Prince." Sheng Xiao looked up at Lin Muin, but that glance was all it took for Lin Muin to understand, and he quickly added, "But I think that Miss Chi-Chi doesn't like to be interfered with by elders, and I happen to be the same." Sheng Xiao looked at Lin Muin with his chin and gave him a satisfied look. "You are sensible." Lin Muin laughed in his mind. He was worried for himself. Was Grandpa Shun setting him up? How could he get to know the person whom the Crown Prince was protecting? Others might not be able to see it, but he was an experienced man in love. He could see the murderous look in his eyes. Feelings can be cultivated. "Sister Roy, there are still many guests tonight. I'm sorry that I can't serve you well. I'll go now. Miss Mu Chi-Chi, nice to meet you." Lin Mu and was sensible. He did not dare to offend her. Mu Chi-Chi had a good impression of Lin Muin. At least, he was more sensible than Shan Ruoi. She knew why Shan Ruoi helped her. Firstly, she wanted Mu Chi-Chi to owe her a favor. Secondly, she wanted to get close to Sheng Xiao. But she certainly didn't know that her action made Sheng Xiao want to strangle her. Soon, everyone had a new direction for gossip. Even the young master of the Lin family took the initiative to get to know her, but she ignored him. What was so charming about Mu Chi-Chi? The others really wanted to know why, especially since Shang Xiao was so protective of the little one. Shen Ruai was so jealous. She did not realize how jealous she was. "Uncle Xiao, you really love Mu Chi-Chi. Don't eat too much. You'll have a stomachache later." Sheng Xiao ignored Shen Ruoyi and reminded Mu Qiqi. Shen Ruoyi felt awkward. She turned around and left. On the other hand, the children who argued with Mu Qiqi just now laughed at Shen Ruoyi. You treat her as your younger sister, but she doesn't treat you as her elder sister. Look at her. You don't even exist in her eyes. Shen Ruoyi looked at them. Although what they said was unpleasant, it was the truth. She was so nice to Mu Qiqi, but Mu Qiqi did not care about her at all. Shen Ruoyi's grip on her purse tightened when she thought about it. It was not a big deal that Mu Qiqi was in the limelight at the banquet. After all, she did not care about that. But Mu Qiqi had stolen Sheng Xiao's attention, and that was something she could not tolerate. So, she felt that she did not need to worry too much. So, when everyone was gathered in the banquet hall, Shen Ruoyi went to the washroom with her handbag. Then, she looked for the hotel service staff and told them something. Meanwhile, Mu Qiqi noticed that there were too many eyes on them. She quickly said to Sheng Xiao, "You should go and walk around too. Otherwise, I'll become public enemy number 1. What are you afraid of?" Sheng Xiao asked. But he still got up from his seat and walked to the elders. Then he talked to the guests. Of course, the guests also wanted to know why he was so protective of this little one. The crown prince seems to like this girl from the Shen family. Is there any special reason? The guests obviously wanted to know the gossip. This little one saved my life. She is my benefactor. Sheng Xiao held his wine glass and smiled. So, I can't bear to see others bully her. The other party suddenly realized that the two of them had such a relationship. No wonder Sheng Xiao was being so considerate. Then, you should repay her well. Sheng Xiao purposely revealed the fact that Mu Qiqi was his benefactor. He wanted to prevent others from guessing. Besides, he wanted to let everyone know that Mu Qiqi was the person Sheng Xiao wanted to repay. No one could touch her. To have you protecting this little girl, it's really a blessing from 3 lifetimes. Lin Muin, who was standing aside, rolled his eyes elegantly. Sheng Xiao's words were only meant to brush off the older generation. He was a sharp-eyed man, and he could tell that the relationship between Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi was not ordinary. All right? Of course, he would not offend the crown prince for no reason. After all, he still had the ability to help others. But did they not care about the difference in seniority between them? Moreover, he found Mu Qiqi very interesting. She fought against 5 people at the same time and fought against the children of the aristocratic families. Her courage was not something an ordinary daughter of a rich family would have. He wanted to see how far Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi could go. After all, he thought that most of these relationships would end in vain. Moreover, it happened to the crown prince. That was the Sheng family. Soon, the banquet was about to begin. The guests entered the dining hall one after another. At this time, although Mu Qiqi was following behind Grandpa Shun, her eyes were fixed on Sheng Xiao. She wanted to know where this man was sitting. Grandpa Shun must be chatting with the elders. But the juniors had their own places to go. Mu Qiqi could not be separated from Shen Ruoyi. So, when Shen Ruoyi called her, she walked over and sat beside Shen Ruoyi. Because Mu Qiqi was concerned about where Sheng Xiao would be sitting, she did not notice that her chair was different from the others. Shen Ruoyi did not touch the chair at all. She only glanced at the back of the chair from the corner of her eyes. Grandpa Lin went to the stage to give his speech. Soon, the banquet began. Mu Qiqi saw Sheng Xiao, who was not far away from her. Sheng Xiao looked back at her and it comforted her. "Be good. I will bring you home later." Mu Qiqi did not mind that Sheng Xiao was not by her side, but after a while, she felt that her back was itchy. So, she scratched it subconsciously. Then, she rubbed her fingers and found something powdery. She brought it to her nose and sniffed it. Shen Ruoyi saw her action and asked, "What's wrong? Is there a problem?" "Nothing." Mu Qiqi shook her head. But if Mu Qiqi observed carefully, she could see that Shen Ruoyi was a little nervous. After all, she had never done such a thing before. She just wanted to show off in front of Sheng Xiao. So, she could only let Mu Qiqi suffer. But she seemed to have forgotten something. Mu Qiqi was a medical student. Chapter 204. Shinruoi noticed that Mu Chi-Chi was restless. She quickly looked at her body. She noticed that her back was red and swollen. She exclaimed, "Chi-Chi, your back, it's red and swollen. It's so big." Mu Chi-Chi was having a hard time holding it in. Shinruoi stood up and said, "I'll send you to the hospital now." Sheng Xiao noticed Mu Chi-Chi's condition. He got up from his seat and walked toward them. Because Sheng Xiao was too eye-catching, many of the guests saw what happened. "What happened? Someone did something to my chair. It's been smeared with medicine." Mu Chi-Chi answered Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao steadied Mu Chi-Chi's body. Then, he looked at her back and frowned. Soon, he called Jing Yun, who was outside the arena. "Buy all the anti-allergy drugs in the pharmacy. Uncle Xiao, I'll buy them for Chi-Chi." "It's okay." Mu Chi-Chi was suspicious of Shinruoi. Shinruoi seemed to have felt it too. She immediately explained to Mu Chi-Chi, "Chi-Chi, are you suspecting me? I didn't mean to get this position. I didn't know it would turn out like this. I'll go and buy the medicine for you now." Shinruoi looked concerned and wronged. "Maybe it's those devils." Mu Chi-Chi did not want to wrong Shinruoi. "Wait for me. I'll buy the medicine for you now. I'll be back soon." Shinruoi looked nervous. Then, she got up from the chair. If Mu Chi-Chi guessed it right, it should be sulfonamide. It was used to treat burns. But if it was overdosed, it would cause allergic reactions. Sheng Xiao did not care about Shinruoi at all. He did not care that Shinruoi wanted his attention. Sheng Xiao knew that his little one was suffering. So, he helped her up from the chair. Then, he took off his suit jacket and put it on her. Then, he left with her. Shinruoi did not expect Sheng Xiao to be so excited. She followed behind them. It was a good chance to show off. "What's wrong?" Grandpa Shun looked at the three of them from afar. Why did they stand up from the dining table instead of eating? Shinruoi wanted to explain, but Sheng Xiao had already helped Mu Chi-Chi up. He said to Grandpa Shun, "Xiao Qi is allergic. I'll send her to the hospital now." "Why are you allergic?" The chair was smeared with medicine. "You'll have to ask your granddaughter why she chose that spot out of all the others." "Old Shun, I've said it before. If the Shun family doesn't like Chi-Chi, the Sheng family can raise her." Grandpa Shun understood what Sheng Xiao meant. Seeing that Mu Chi-Chi was really upset, he said, "I will find out the truth and give you an explanation." Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He held Mu Chi-Chi and turned around. When he saw Shinruoi behind them, he immediately said to her, "You don't have to follow us. I'm worried about Chi-Chi. You don't have to worry about her." With that, he left the birthday party with Mu Chi-Chi. Shinruoi stopped. She had mixed feelings. She wanted to act like a sincere sister. But when she chased after them, Sheng Xiao had already left with Mu Chi-Chi. Since Shinruoi was sitting with Mu Chi-Chi, she was definitely a suspect. Of course, Shinruoi was a smart person. She knew that Sheng Xiao and Grandpa Shun were suspecting her, but she did it on purpose. It was better than Sheng Xiao not remembering her at all. On the other hand, Mu Chi-Chi was sitting in the passenger seat. She wanted to scratch her back. "Don't scratch me again. I'm not careful enough." Mu Chi-Chi frowned. There were beads of sweat on her forehead. While Sheng Xiao was driving, he called Jing Yun. "Don't buy the medicine yet. Go to the hotel and get the surveillance footage first. It's not that serious." "We found it early," said Mu Chi-Chi. "Xiao Xiao, you have to believe me. I'm a medical student. I know the dosage. Do you have any idea?" Sheng Xiao wanted to ask the suspect. It's hard to guard against a sneaky person, but I can't rule out Shinruoi's suspicion. Mu Chi-Chi felt uncomfortable because Shinruoi was too worried about her. She had doubts in her heart. "Xiao Xiao, if it's the Shin family's business, don't interfere. If it wasn't for the fact that you're our benefactor, we would have been exposed to all kinds of rumors." "Little one, is this what you should worry about?" "Huh?" Sheng Xiao sneered. If he was not confident, why would he show up? "I know better than you. I can guess what those people are thinking even with my eyes closed. No one is my match when it comes to playing with people's hearts." Mu Chi-Chi endured the itch. She knew that she had to be more vigilant in the future, because Shinruoi might use her to get close to Sheng Xiao. The Lin family was alarmed when Sheng Xiao left with Mu Chi-Chi. So, the Lin family asked Lin Mu and to apologize to Grandpa Shun after the banquet. Grandpa Shun heard Lin Mu In's apology. He waved his hand and said that it was not the Lin family's fault. Moreover, he went to Shun Ruoyi's side after explaining the reason to his comrades. Shun Ruoyi's mind was filled with the image of Sheng Xiao leaving with Mu Qiqi. So, she was in a daze during the banquet. She was not afraid of being found out. She was just thinking about whether it was worthwhile to do it. Ruoyi, what is going on? Shun Ruoyi was confused when she saw Grandpa Shun sitting down. Grandpa, I don't know why Mu Qiqi is allergic. I saw an empty seat here after we entered the banquet. So, I saved one for Mu Qiqi. I don't know why this happened either. What is the truth? The CCTV can't lie to us. Grandpa Shun was not easy to fool, but he could not hurt his granddaughter's feelings. So, his voice was gentle. Ruoyi, I know that your mother does not like Mu Qiqi, but I hope that you will not become like your mother. It happened at the Lin family's banquet. So, Lin Muin asked someone to take away the chair that Mu Qiqi was sitting on. He asked the doctor to do a full examination. He also checked the CCTV to find out who was the most suspicious person. It was obvious that she did not respect the Lin family by doing such a thing at the Lin family's banquet. Grandpa, don't suspect me. Am I not good enough to Mu Qiqi? Shun Ruoyi asked Grandpa Shun. I understand that you suspect Mommy, but I am me and Mommy is Mommy. I hope that you can believe me. I will never hurt Mu Qiqi. Mu Qiqi's identity is special. She was born in a special family. I can understand that outsiders look down on her and bully her, but I can't stand it when a family member attacks another family member. I just want to be frank with you. Whether it is Mu Qiqi who treats you or you who treats Mu Qiqi, I hope that you will be like sisters and care for each other. I want to find out who is the one who has the dirty tricks. Chapter 205. Grandpa, I really didn't do it. You can ask Mu and to investigate it. Shun Ruoyi was very sure. Grandpa Shun looked deeply into his granddaughter's eyes. Seeing that she did not avoid his gaze, he nodded. Grandpa understands. Grandpa will investigate thoroughly and prove your innocence. Pack up, say goodbye to the Lin family, and then go home. Shun Ruoyi nodded, but she still looked aggrieved. The two of them walked to Grandpa Lin. The Lin family apologized to Grandpa Shun. It's our fault for not taking good care of Qiqi. What are you talking about? It's not a big deal. I just hope that Mu and will visit the Shun family often in the future. After chatting for a while, Old Master Lin sent Old Master Shun out of the hotel. After Grandpa Shun got into the car, he felt upset when he saw that Qiqi was not with him. Shun Ruoyi was expressionless too, but was not because she was worried about Mu Qiqi. It was because she did not maximize the value of this matter. On the other hand, Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi had already returned home. After a checkup, the drugs on Mu Qiqi's body were indeed sulfonamides. Fortunately, she discovered it early and there was no big problem. After reaching home, Mu Qiqi gave Grandpa Shun a call to make sure that she had taken her medicine and would be fine after a night's sleep. Grandpa Shun asked Mu Qiqi to rest early, but Shun Ruoyi said, Grandpa, let's go to the small villa to visit Mu Qiqi. Then, we will feel more at ease. In fact, the old man also wanted to see his granddaughter. It's on the way, and it's close to the villa. At this moment, Grandpa Shun had hung up the phone. He did not tell Mu Qiqi that he was rushing to the small villa with Shun Ruoyi. More importantly, Mu Qiqi and Sheng Xiao were not at the small mansion right now. After talking to Grandpa Shun, Mu Qiqi also called Su Zipei. She told Su Zipei not to worry, but she did not know that 20 minutes later, Grandpa Shun's car drove into the small villa. Seeing that the lights in the villa were on, Shun Ruoyi immediately said to Grandpa Shun, I'll knock on the door. Grandpa Shun nodded and followed Shun Ruoyi. Soon, Su Zipei opened the door and walked out of the living room. Su Zipei did not know Shun Ruoyi, but she knew Grandpa Shun. She was shocked when she saw Grandpa Shun coming to the small villa without any warning. But she maintained her composure. Ms. Su, is Qiqi asleep? Grandpa Su asked quickly. I slept for a while. Su Zipei looked upstairs and replied, but don't worry. She has taken her medicine. Do you want me to go upstairs and call her? if it's convenient. Shinroi answered politely. Hello, Aunt. I'm Shinroi, Chi-Chi's cousin. Su Zipei nodded and said to Lu Wenhua in the living room, Wenhua, go upstairs and call Chi-Chi. Tell her that Grandpa is here to see her. Mu Chi-Chi wasn't even in the small mansion at the moment. Where could he go to get her? But Lu Wenhua reacted quickly. He went upstairs and knocked on Mu Chi-Chi's door. He called her name and pretended that they were having a conversation. After a while, Lu Wenhua went downstairs and said to Grandpa Shun, Grandpa Shun, I think it's better to let Chi-Chi sleep first today. She has taken her medicine and is very dizzy now. We don't want her to wake up again. Grandpa Shun felt that it was reasonable. He took 2 steps back and said, Then, I will come tomorrow. Okay, I will send you off. Grandpa Shun waved his hand and pointed at the driveway behind him. We will go back since it's on the way. You should rest early. Su Zipei and Lu Wenhua looked at each other. After sending them off, they heaved a sigh of relief. Luckily, Grandpa Shun believes me. Otherwise, I don't know how to explain myself if he asks about Chi-Chi's whereabouts. I don't know how long we can hide it from him. Lu Wenhua was worried. It's not easy to fool the Shun family. Moreover, Grandpa Shun really cares about Chi-Chi. I don't know how he will feel if he knows about the relationship between Chi-Chi and young Master Shun. It can't be helped. They are not related by blood. If they're separated because of such a ridiculous seniority, Chi-Chi will be very sad. I believe in young Master Shun. He will make the best arrangements. Wenhua, don't worry. Of course, Lu Wenhua trusted Sheng Xiao, but he was still worried about Chi-Chi. After all, he was Chi-Chi's uncle now. Grandpa Shun did not notice anything wrong. But it was different for Shun Ruoi. She had good hearing. She did not hear Mu Chi-Chi's voice at all. Moreover, there were Mu Chi-Chi's shoes on the shoe cabinet at the door. Did she not need to change her shoes? She felt that Mu Chi-Chi's aunt was hiding something. But she was not sure. She could not tell Grandpa Shun. Otherwise, Grandpa Shun would say that she was trying to stir up trouble again. But she felt that there was something wrong with Mu Chi-Chi. So, she could only wait for further verification. It was already 11 o'clock at night when they returned to the Shun family. Third daughter-in-law was still waiting in the living room. She had heard about what happened at the banquet from her friend. Mu Chi-Chi was allergic and Grandpa Shun questioned her daughter. It was fine that Mu Chi-Chi was in the limelight. It was fine that Sheng Xiao was involved in it. But why was Grandpa Shun so biased towards Mu Chi-Chi? Mom, why aren't you sleeping yet? I'm waiting for you. I'm worried about you. Apart from me, who else in this family will treat you sincerely? Third daughter-in-law pulled Shinroi to her side in an exaggerated manner. She sounded angry. Dad, Mu Chi-Chi is unlucky. She fell into someone else's trap. Why are you blaming Ruoi? Mom, you don't know what happened at that time. Shinroi explained quickly. I only know that your grandpa doesn't trust you at all. He only has Mu Chi-Chi in his heart now. So, are you going to argue with me? Grandpa Shun turned around and looked at third daughter-in-law coldly. Dad, you're being unreasonable. I'm afraid that things will turn out like this. It's fine that you love Mu Chi-Chi. You want to be fair. But Mu Chi-Chi was tricked. Why are you blaming Ruoi? If this goes on, we'll all move away. Grandpa Shun snorted coldly and ignored third daughter-in-law. After Grandpa Shun left, third daughter-in-law grabbed Shinroi and asked, Did you really use the medicine? Shinruoi's gaze changed. She did not answer her mother's question. Instead, she walked quickly to her room. Answer me, my daughter. Shinruoi did not answer her mother, because she knew that her mother wanted her to marry into the Lin family. But she was not interested in the Lin family at all. She was just thinking about how she could get closer to Shang Xiao. Obviously, Mu Chi-Chi was the only way. But if she did that today, Mu Chi-Chi. Chapter 206. But if she told Mu Chi-Chi about it, everything would be over if Mu Chi-Chi did not keep her mouth shut, especially if Grandpa and the others knew about it. So, Shinroi decided not to tell Mu Chi-Chi that she liked Sheng Xiao. After all, she could always find another chance. But if Mu Chi-Chi found out about it, she would be in a passive position. Moreover, Muchichi was not a person who could adapt to circumstances. She was unmoved by force or persuasion. No one knew who taught her that, but she was so similar to Sheng Xiao. She simply wouldn't know that Muchichi was Sheng Xiao's proudest masterpiece. Not long after Grandpa Shun and Muchichi left, Su Zipei told Muchichi about Grandpa Shun and Muchichi's visit. Although they managed to send Grandpa Shun away this time, it was hard to guarantee that there would be a next time. Moreover, Muchichi felt uncomfortable when she knew that Shun Ruoyi liked Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao saw Muchichi lying beside him without saying a word. So, he put down the ointment and pinched Muchichi's nose. "What are you thinking about? Why are you so deep in thought?" "I just feel that our relationship is getting more and more tense. If Shinruai really likes you, I can't get along with her openly. It's not right. I don't want to be a white lotus. Although Grandpa managed to fool him tonight, he will know that I don't live in the villa one day. So, do you feel guilty when you are with me?" Sheng Xiao asked her. "I just feel that we won't be able to keep it a secret any longer. What should we do then?" Muchichi asked Sheng Xiao helplessly. She seemed to be really confused. No matter what happens in the end, no one can shake your position." Sheng Xiao hugged Muchichi in his arms. "No one can stop you from being my little lover. So, just do what you think is right. Don't worry about anything." "Okay." Muchichi buried her head in his chest. "I believe you. I like you the most, Xiao Xiao." Since Shanruoi's matter had troubled his little one, he would certainly think of a way to solve it. Moreover, it would not be an ordinary way because it would not be able to solve Shanruoi's problem. He had to find a way to solve the problem once and for all. Sheng Xiao hugged Muchichi and patted her back. After a while, he heard Muchichi say, "I will draw a line with Shanruoi tomorrow. You are mine." Muchichi was stunned. In the darkness, Sheng Xiao smiled and kissed Muchichi's ear softly. Wasn't it hell for him to be with Muchichi? It was just as torturous. But for this little one, he would use all his means and strength. The next day, because it was the weekend, Muchichi prepared some gifts for Shenruai. Then, she brought them to the Shun family. On the other hand, she wanted to cover up the lies she told last night. "Why are you here so early in the morning? If you're not feeling well, you should rest more," Grandpa Shung said. "I wanted to see Sister Roy, so I came here. Moreover, I was asleep when you came to see me last night. I feel bad for making you come here for nothing. Go and see your sister." Grandpa Shung saw her holding the gifts. He thought that they would become good sisters. He was happy, but Muchichi was here to return the favor. Shinruoi felt strange when she saw Muchichi handing over the gifts. "I gave you those gifts for our first meeting. I don't want you to return the gifts. We're sisters. Sister Ruoi, I'm not a likable person. I don't like to hide things. I feel uneasy when you give me such expensive gifts. I'll feel better if you give me these gifts. If that's the case, then fine. But, Chi-Chi, did you misunderstand what happened last night? I really didn't know that on the chair. It has nothing to do with that." Shinruai looked at Muchichi carefully. She saw the alienation in her eyes. She nodded. "It's good that you didn't misunderstand. Then, I'll go fishing with Grandpa." Shinruai smiled at her. She did not force her. After Muchichi left, Shinruai felt that her efforts were in vain. Muchichi was not just unlikable. She was a tough person. She was like a porcupine. She was hard to deal with. Third aunt saw her daughter's expression when she entered the room. She asked about it and found out that Muchichi was here to return the gifts. "Why did you flatter the be asterisk starred for no reason? Why is she worth your effort? You should have put the medicine into her mouth last night and disfigured her face." "Mom, you don't know anything." Since Muchichi did not appreciate her kindness, she did not need to waste her effort on Muchichi. Although Shang Xiao treated Muchichi well, she knew that Shang Xiao did not see Muchichi for a long time. Of course, it was third aunt who told her that, because Jingyan kept emphasizing that Shang Xiao and Muchichi were not as close as they thought. Grandpa Shin smiled when he saw Muchichi at the fish pond. "Chi-Chi, tell me honestly, do you suspect that your sister did what happened last night?" "Grandpa, my words do not carry much weight in the Shin family. Although second aunt and second uncle have accepted me, I am still an outsider to the others. Muchichi told Grandpa Shun frankly. You don't have to care about your third aunt. Grandpa, if I do something that makes you sad one day, will you still accept me as your granddaughter? Muchichi looked at Grandpa Shun's fishing rod. She wanted to know what Grandpa Shun would say. You're just like your father. You don't play by the rules. You don't have a strong sense of the world. You're not bound by it. I just hope that you will not regret anything you do. Muchichi smiled when she got the answer. Did he mean that he would allow her to get into trouble? Come, I will go fishing with you. Forget it. You can't sit still. I will ask Shenlin to do it. Not far from them, Shenlin had entered the fish pond too. Actually, he had been standing outside for a while. He could hear their conversation. To me, you're not an outsider. Chi-Chi, although I admit that I'm useless, you can tell me if you want to use your fists. Moreover, if I have to choose between you and Shinruoi, I'll definitely choose to stand on your side. You have a cute side now. Tell me when you join the army. I will send you on your way. It's still early. I will join the army next spring. But I'm starting to learn how to exercise now. Shenlin was finally a man like this. Muchichi felt very pleased. Chapter 207. Muchichi stayed at the Shun's residence until 10 in the morning, before finding an excuse to leave. Then, she had Uncle Lin send her to the hotel they had agreed to meet at. By then, Sheng Xiao and Lin Mu were already in the private room. When she entered the private room, she saw Sheng Xiao waving at her lazily. Come here, Lin Mu smiled. Just as I expected. Muchichi sat down beside Sheng Xiao and looked at Lin Mu in confusion. Lin Mu smiled and explained, It's because of the results of the investigation at the birthday banquet. I wanted to ask you out at first, but I didn't think it would be a good idea, so I called the Crown Prince. But I didn't expect that the Crown Prince's feelings for you were unusual, and I asked you out to verify my theory. So? Sheng Xiao asked dangerously. I don't have any ulterior motives. I just think it's interesting, and a combination like you two is quite fresh. Knowing too much might not be a good thing. What are you talking about, Crown Prince? There are 1,000 ways to keep me from knowing. It's clear that you trust me since you're being so generous. Lin Mu sipped his tea, his expression relaxed. So don't worry. I really want to know if you two could get together in the end. Just let me know if you need me. Do you think I lack a friend like you? Of course you don't, Crown Prince. But surely you do, Miss Chi-Chi. With that, he straightened his clothes and turned to them. Tell me about the results of last night's investigation. The drug on the chair, skip that. I know what it is. Muchichi said straightforwardly. Well, according to the surveillance footage, there were several people who touched this chair. So we asked them all for questioning, but in the end, we didn't get anything out of them. However, there was one thing that didn't escape my eyes. That is, a person who didn't belong to this area also touched this chair. So I used some tricks to force a confession out of him. That person told me that it was Major General Zhong's son who asked him to do it. Didn't Miss Chi-Chi have a grudge with the Zhong family last night? So, it's whoever he says? Sheng Xiao clearly didn't believe the results. Lin Mu shrugged helplessly. I couldn't find any other evidence, but after what happened last night, Miss Chi-Chi has become famous. Now everyone knows that the Shun family's girl is very powerful. I think you're just being sarcastic. Muchichi glared at him. Lin Mu raised his hands in surrender as he chewed on his food. I swear, I definitely didn't. Speaking of which, are there any other interesting ladies around, Miss Chi-Chi? Why don't you introduce him to me? Seeing the two of you like this, I really want to date too. Muchichi thought that Lin Mu looked like a veteran. Even if she had sisters, she would not dare to introduce them to him. Weren't they pushing their sisters into the fire pit? However, she had not seen Qianqian for a few days. She wondered if Qianqian had recovered from Duan Xiao, Anne's incident. Just as she was thinking, Qianqian sent her a message, asking if Muchichi was free in the afternoon to go shopping with her. Muchichi smiled and replied that she was having lunch at the hotel and had time in the afternoon. Sometimes best friends were like that. It was as if they had telepathy and could think of the same thing at the same time. Qianqian will come over later. You can go back to Huangyao by yourself. Don't worry about me. Mu Chi-Chi whispered to Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao patted Mu Chi-Chi's head with a doting look that no one else could understand. Lin Moon was stunned. Since this is the result of the investigation, I will go to the Shun family in the afternoon. Because he knew that the result of the investigation would not affect Sheng Xiao's judgment. The three of them finished their lunch happily. At that time, Qian arrived at the hotel. Sheng Xiao went back to Huang Yao, while Lin Mu and Mu Chi-Chi left the hotel together. They met Lu Qian at the entrance. Let's go. I want to go all out today. Qian opened the car door and let Mu Chi-Chi sit in the front passenger seat. The two of them did not say goodbye to Lin Mu and left in front of him. Lin Mu and saw Lu Qian. He thought he knew the gossip in Jianchuan quite well. So, he knew who Lu Qian was. Some time ago, the miscarriage had caused quite a stir. Today, he saw that it was also a little girl. Indeed, birds of a feather flocked together. She was as bold as Mu Chi-Chi and dared to do things that were out of line, although he did not think that it was a good thing. Why did you ask me to leave? On the way to the shopping, Lu Qian asked Mu Chi-Chi. Who was that man at the entrance just now? Did you abandon the crown prince? The young master of the Lin family. Mu Chi-Chi brushed it off. And Xiao Xiao was there just now. I just thought that Lin must be a Casanova. So, I subconsciously wanted to protect you from him. With my reputation now, who would come to pick up my used shoes? Lu Qian knew herself very well. But she sounded a little sad. Haven't you forgotten about that? How could such a thing be forgotten in a few words? But that did not stop Lu Qian from starting over. The two of them had endless topics to talk about when they met, and went shopping for an entire afternoon. And it was precisely because of Mu Chi-Chi's agitation at the Lin family's banquet that Mama Sheng became even more curious about the child. That afternoon, she went to Jingyan and asked him to arrange for her to meet the child. After all, she had heard that Sheng Xiao was taking good care of the child. Jingyan knew that he could not refuse this time, and so told Sheng Xiao. But Sheng Xiao was not worried at all, and simply nodded calmly in agreement. Since she wants to meet, I'll arrange it for her. Young master, aren't you worried at all? Worried about what? Sheng Xiao asked in return. Worried that Miss Chi-Chi would expose herself, and that Madame doesn't like her. Whether she likes Chi, or not, we will be together. So, the outcome is not important. As for the other problem, do you think Xiao Qi can't handle it now? Sheng Xiao was not worried at all about Mu Chi-Chi's reaction. Since Sheng Xiao had put it that way, there was nothing for him to worry about. He just had to do his part, and he could not control anything else. That being said, Mama Sheng's wish to meet Miss Chi-Chi had to be communicated with the Shun family. They could not just let her go without a good reason. That would be unruly. Jingyan asked Sheng Xiao if he should let the Shun family know about it. Sheng Xiao looked at him and asked in return, what do you think? Well, I'll go to the Shun family and tell Elder Shun. Then, I'll arrange a date and place to give Miss Chi-Chi enough time to prepare and let her relax a little. In any case, Sheng Xiao had promised his mother that he would let her meet her daughter-in-law in 3 months. It was a promise fulfilled, although she was not aware of it yet. Chapter 208. Since Sheng Xiao's mother wants to meet Mu Chi-Chi, I don't have any objections. Just make the arrangements. As for Mu Chi-Chi, I will remind her not to lose her manners. But as for the Sheng family, you must guarantee that my granddaughter will not be mistreated. That was Grandpa Shun's request. Of course, Grandpa Shun. Jingyan nodded and promised Grandpa Shun respectfully. I hope Mu Chi-Chi can keep her composure. It was still unclear whether Mu Chi-Chi could keep her composure, because she still did not know that she was going to meet her future mother-in-law. But some people in the Shun family were the first to lose their composure. For example, Third Brother's wife. When Third Brother's wife knew that Mu Chi-Chi was going to the Shun family, she could not hold back her desire to target Mu Chi-Chi. She said, how can a bastard with another surname have the right to enjoy the privileges of the Shun family? She felt that the Shun family wanted to meet Mu Chi-Chi because of the glory that the Shun family brought to Mu Chi-Chi. If Mu Chi-Chi had a good relationship with the Shun family, wouldn't Ruoi have to listen to Mu Chi-Chi even more when she was in the Shin family? No, I have to go to the Sheng family. Third Uncle Shinchin Feng could not help but hate his wife when he heard that. Aren't you overreacting? Mu Qiqi is Sheng Zhao's savior, and Sheng Xiao has supported Mu Qiqi. Isn't it normal for the Sheng family to want to meet Mu Qiqi with such a relationship? Why do you have to interfere? I just want to tell Madame Sheng how cunning Mu Qiqi is. Don't let her lead a wolf into the house. Shinchin Feng was helpless. He could only wave his hand. Do whatever you want. But if father knows about this, just wait and see. Third brother's wife did not care. She went out of the Shen family's door in the middle of the night. She did not tell anyone where she was going, because she was going to the Sheng family to meet Sheng Zhao's mother. Mama Sheng was confused. Although she was familiar with the Shun family, it was the first time that someone from the Shun family came to meet her alone. So, she asked someone to take good care of her. A few minutes later, Mama Sheng met the third daughter-in-law of the Shun family. According to seniority, Mama Sheng was one generation older than the third daughter-in-law. But in terms of age, they were about the same. Mama Sheng was just a few years older. Suyin, why are you so late? Is there something urgent? When third daughter-in-law saw Mama Sheng, she quickly held her hand warmly and said, "Today, when Special Assistant Jing Yun came to the Shun family, I only knew that you wanted to meet that foreign girl in the Shun family. I was afraid that you would be fooled by her, so I quickly came to remind you." "Oh, it's true that I want to see her, but is this girl so annoying? I only hate that I can't make a decision." Step by step, this girl entered the Shun family from the Mu family. She's like a whale eating away at the Shun family. Even if I talk about her for 3 days and 3 nights, I still can't express my dissatisfaction and hatred towards her. Just look at what happened to the Rong family. You will know how cunning she is. She has bought over the second elder of the Shun family. Now, she has the final say in most of the Shun family. In my opinion, she had a motive when she approached her eighth elder. Mama Sheng's eyes darkened after she heard that. Tell me slowly. I also want to know if this girl is what the rumors say. Everyone has been fooled by her. Third daughter-in-law started from the Mu family. First, she said that Mu Qiqi had subdued her own sister mercilessly. Not only that, she had ruined her sister's reputation. Now, she was trapped in the slums. She would never be able to make a comeback in her life. After that, Mu Qiqi abandoned the Mu family. She occupied the small villa of the Sheng family, and at the same time, she tried to please Grandpa Shun. She did not want to let go of both sides. Then, Mu Qiqi revealed what happened to the Rong family. She forced Rong Junhan and her family into a dead end. Shun Lin and his wife got divorced just like that. Second brother and his family were very grateful to her. I was really worried about them. And I believe you've heard about what happened at the banquet yesterday. She was the one who stirred up trouble and fell into someone else's trap. But she slandered my daughter and did something to her. I've never seen such a vicious little bitch before. Don't be fooled by this little bitch. Mama Sheng smiled and patted third daughter-in-law's hand after she heard that. Don't worry. I know how to deal with her if she's really that kind of person. That's great. I'm just afraid that you'll be as stupid as the Shun family. Third daughter-in-law stayed in the Sheng family until late at night. It was obvious that she had complained a lot to Mama Sheng. Mama Sheng listened to her all the way. She had her own judgment. If Mu Qiqi was really that kind of person, the Sheng family would not tolerate her. But what if Mu Qiqi was framed? Shen Ruoi did not see her mother after that afternoon. She only saw her mother coming home late at night. She asked quickly, "Mother, where have you been?" Sin Suyun dragged Shen Ruoi to her room. Then, she said to Shen Ruoi, "I went to the Sheng family. Madame Sheng wants to see that little bitch. So, I went there to remind her not to be fooled by that little bitch." Shen Ruoi was stunned when she heard that. She still did not want to let go of the chance to see Mu Qiqi. So, she blamed her mother. "Mother, why did you do such a thing? What do you mean by that? That little bitch has been plotting against the Shun family. Isn't that despicable enough? And you're still protecting her. Not only did she steal your limelight at the banquet yesterday, she even framed you, having to let her step on you. Was what happened yesterday considered as defamation?" In Sin Siyun's heart, It was considered defamation if she could not find any evidence. The Lin family came in the afternoon. They said that it was the Zhong family who did it. Grandpa also apologized to me. Do you think that an apology is enough for defaming you? Ruai, don't be silly. Everyone is thinking for themselves now. How can you still be so naive? You'll know how good Mu Chi is when she betrays you. Anyway, you're not allowed to interfere in the Sheng family's matter. Isn't she going to meet Madame Sheng? Let her go. I want to see if Madame Sheng will skin her alive. No one knew that since Siyun had done such a shameless thing. As an elder, she went to someone else's house and made things difficult for her younger generation. Mama, Sheng did not tell anyone about it. It was because she wanted to see the real Mu Chi. Did Sheng Xiao really raise a wolf outside? Mu Chi only knew that she was going to meet her future mother-in-law that night. She jumped up from the bed when she heard what Sheng Xiao said. Xiao, can you say that again? Why? Are you afraid of meeting my mother? Chapter 209. Didn't I tell you now? Sheng Xiao held her down when he saw her panic. You don't have to be so agitated. That's your mother. That's your mommy. She's just curious about you, but she doesn't know about our relationship. So, you're not meeting your mother-in-law. You're meeting an elder. Sheng Xiao comforted her. I was afraid that you'd be like this. That's why I didn't tell you in advance. Otherwise, you'd be even more nervous. Then, I don't have to prepare anything? Mu Chi pointed at her nose and asked. Sheng Xiao shook his head. I taught you. Your temper is similar to mine. Do you think my mother can't stand me enough? Do you still need to pretend to be obedient? But I'll still be nervous. You left me unprepared. Why don't you bring me to the cloakroom and help me choose something to wear tomorrow? That way, I'll feel more at ease. Okay, I don't want you to worry all night. With that, Sheng Xiao got off the bed first and opened his arms to her. Mu Chi stood up from the bed and threw herself into Sheng Xiao's arms. She held on to Sheng Xiao's narrow waist and let him hug her little butt. They went to the cloakroom and rummaged through the wardrobe. Sheng Xiao chose a few dresses for Mu Chi. Finally, the little one felt a little more at ease. Tell me quickly, does your mother have any taboos or preferences? Sheng Xiao was helpless. He should have told her tomorrow. She would probably be chattering like this tonight. I told you, you don't have to be so cautious, but I'm afraid she won't like me. She won't. What if? Before Mu Chi could finish her sentence, Sheng Xiao had already pinned her against the wall and kissed her, using the most ferocious method to shut her up at once. Xiao! Ugh! Mu Chi still wanted to say something, but Sheng Xiao had already carried her from the cloakroom to the bedroom and put her on the big bed. Xiao! Mu Chi exclaimed, but her white nightgown had already been torn open. She no longer had the time or energy to think about Mama Sheng. Sheng Xiao did not give her the chance at all. A lively scene unfolded in Sheng Xiao's domineering plunder. She could not think about anything else aside from their breathing. This man was so beautiful and charming. How could she resist? Then, Mu Chi's back was turned to face Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao slapped Mu Chi's little round butt. Silly thing. Even if my mother doesn't like you, I like you. Isn't that enough? I like you. Although they had been together for so long, she had never heard him say something like that. I like you. Mu Chi's heart melted in that very moment, leaving only the smile on her face and the warmth in the depths of her heart. After being tormented for the whole night, Mu Chi only got the chance to rest when it was almost dawn. But now, she did not even want to move a single strand of her hair. She could only let the man take care of her, protect her, and cherish her. After Sheng Xiao was satisfied, he gave Jingyan a call aside from taking care of the little one. We'll meet at Sheng Mansion. Xiao Qi will be nervous. Talk to my mother today and make other arrangements. Yes, young master. Jingyan received the order and went to Huangyao early in the morning to look for Mama Sheng. He told her about Mu Chi's nervousness. Madam, Miss Mu Chi has been very nervous since last night. Nervous about what? Can I eat her up? Mama Sheng chuckled. Then, she thought a good idea. If that's the case, tell Mu Chi that I'll visit Shin Mansion tonight. I haven't seen old Shin for a long time. Wouldn't it be better for her to be accompanied by her family? Thank you for your understanding, madam. To be honest, Mama Sheng did not have to accommodate Mu Chi-Chi at all, but she gave in. Soon, the Shun family received the news. A few people in the family were very happy, especially Tsinsuyan. Mama Sheng moved the place to meet Mu Chi-Chi from the Sheng family to the Shun family. Was it because she did not want Mu Chi-Chi to dirty her family? Moreover, they could see Mama Sheng teaching Mu Chi-Chi a lesson with their own eyes. That was more worthwhile than anything else. So, Tsinsuyan was the happiest one when Mama Sheng came to Sheng Mansion. Grandpa Shun asked Huang Yu to prepare for it. Don't neglect our guest. Don't worry, father. It's Mu Chi-Chi's first time meeting someone from the Sheng family other than the Crown Prince. As her second aunt, I will definitely help her. Huang Yu nodded. Ever since the incident with Rong Junhan, Huang Yu had changed. Grandpa Shun was quite satisfied with her, but he still felt bad when he thought of third aunt. Tsinsuyan could not help but mock Huang Yu when she saw Huang Yu agreeing to it. Mu Chi-Chi is meeting someone from the Sheng family. How can we, the Shun family, follow her around? What is this? The Sheng family has been on good terms with us for generations. Even if Madame Sheng does not want to meet Mu Chi-Chi, she is still our guest. Of course, we should not neglect her. Just lick that little b asterisk star's feet. Let's see what you can get from it. Don't call her a little b asterisk starred every time you open your mouth. Mu Chi-Chi is eldest brother's daughter. She is the real daughter of the Shun family. TSK. Tsinsuyan did not continue to argue with her. Anyway, there would be a good show tonight. Why should she care about it now? Huang Yu was really troubled by Tsinsuyan, but she did not know what kind of dirty things Tsinsuyan had done in the dark. Huang Yu did not care about Tsinsuyan. Instead, she was preparing for the dinner. On the other hand, Mu Chi-Chi was a little calmer when she knew that Mama Sheng would meet her in the Shun family's guest house. After all, her family was there. So, Mu Chi-Chi went to the Shun family after her classes. Oh, the most important person of the Shun family is back. Tsinsuyan started to mock Mu Chi-Chi when she saw her. Our whole family has to be busy just so that you can meet your guest. Mu Chi-Chi, you are really a big shot. Third aunt, you don't have to be so mean. I'm mean. You don't have to be so mean. Tsinsuyan walked to Mu Chi-Chi's ear and smiled slyly. Then, she whispered to Mu Chi-Chi, do you know that I went to the Sheng family just for you yesterday? I told Madame Sheng everything about you. Do you know how she reacted when she saw you today? Mu Chi-Chi was stunned. You are so shameless. Don't worry. They're all compliments. You don't have to thank me. How could she say anything nice? Perhaps the truth had been twisted beyond recognition. In Madame Sheng's heart, she had become a wicked schemer. If Madame Sheng hates me tonight, I will tear your mouth apart in front of everyone. Chapter 210. What good will it do to you to pick on me? You are a woman with another surname. You came to the Shun family suddenly. Not only did you not beg for everyone to accept you, but you are also so arrogant. If I don't pick on you, who else should I pick on? Moreover, don't you think that you are snatching Ruoi's things? Tsinsuyan said it, as if she was a righteous person. But she could not help it. Mu Chi-Chi was the one who stood in Shun Ruoi's way. Do you know what Ruoi wants? Mu Chi-Chi sneered and asked her back. It's none of your business what Ruoi wants. Because no matter what she wants, you have to give in to her. Tsinsuyan said that she was arrogant. Wasn't she arrogant? Don't say that I don't want to give in to her. Even if I give in to her, Ruoi has to take it. Then, Mu Chi-Chi pushed Tsinsuyan away. Just wait and see. Tonight's show is going to be exciting. Tsinsuyan's sarcastic voice came from behind. But Mu Chi-Chi went straight into Grandpa Shun's study room. Grandpa, why do you look so dejected? Grandpa Shun asked her. What happened? It's not good for the Sheng family to see your face. Mu Chi-Chi did not complain in front of Grandpa Shun. Instead, she sent a message to Sheng Xiao. Third aunt went to the Sheng family to make things difficult for me yesterday. Xiao, your mother doesn't like me anymore, does she? Sheng Xiao read the message and suddenly laughed. What are you afraid of? If my mother doesn't like you, will she make you so sad? Of course she will be sad, because she is your mother. I want her to like me, don't worry. If someone really does that, You will not be the one who will be embarrassed. Trust me, okay? Sheng Xiao told Mu Qiqi confidently. She is my mother. Don't you think I don't know her? All right, I trust you. Since it had happened, and since Suyun was so shameless, she could only deal with it as it came. But after this, she would settle the score with third aunt. Thinking of this, Mu Qiqi cheered up. It was not worth it to let such a piece of trash spoil her mood. The others in the Shun family knew nothing about it. But Mu Qiqi was not the only one who was nervous when they knew that Mama Sheng was coming to the Shun family. It was because Shun Ruoyi wanted to leave a good impression in front of Mama Sheng. She liked Sheng Xiao. If she wanted to be with Sheng Xiao, she must be liked by the Sheng family. So, she believed that she needed to be liked by Mama Sheng more than Mu Qiqi. So, before Mama Sheng came to the Shun family, Shin Ruoyi locked herself in her room and dressed herself up. After a while, she walked out of the room. Since Suyun was shocked. Daughter, why are you dressed like this? Didn't you say that an esteemed guest was coming? So I dressed myself up. Shin Ruoyi turned around in front of Sin Suyun. Am I beautiful? Of course it is. Sin Suyun sighed. With her daughter's figure, appearance, and talent, how could she lose to Mu Qiqi? But that little slut had gotten Grandfather Shin's favor. She really didn't know if the Shun family was blind or not. At the moment, Shun Ruoyi was wearing a long yellow dress. It accentuated her good figure. With her exquisite makeup and luxurious jewelry, she looked no different from a celebrity. But it was really exaggerated to dress like this at home. But Sin Siyun felt that it was not wrong for her daughter to dress like this in order to outshine Mu Qiqi. Soon, Shin Ruoyi went to the living room of the Shun family. The others in the Shun family felt strange when they saw her like this. But Mu Qiqi understood why Shin Ruoyi did that. She wanted to leave a deep impression in front of Xiao Xiao's mother. Qiqi, look at your cousin. She looks like she's going to walk on the red carpet. Huang Yu smiled beside Mu Qiqi's ear. Look at you. You look so plain. Mu Qiqi looked at herself. She was wearing a short white dress. Although it was not gorgeous, she looked cute and cute. She smiled too. I think this is good. It is good. There's a saying that goes too much is as bad as not enough. Sin Siyu knew that Mu Qiqi and Huang Yu were talking about her daughter. Why? Was she jealous? Mu Qiqi did not bother about her. Anyway, third and was thinking about how to watch a good show the whole night. But, according to Xiao Xiao, she was afraid that she would not be able to watch a good show. Instead, she would be the one in the show. Soon, it was 7 o'clock in the evening. Huang Yu had asked the chef to prepare the exquisite dishes. They were waiting for Mama Sheng to come so that they could have dinner. At that moment, the whole family was waiting in the living room. It was because they were going to welcome the distinguished guests. Mama Sheng was very punctual. At 7:15 p.m., her car drove into the Shun family's courtyard. She brought a gift with her. She was very thoughtful. Grandpa Shun. Mama Sheng went forward and shook hands with Grandpa Shun. It's been a long time. How are you? It was the first time Mu Qiqi met Xiao Xiao's mother. Her first impression of her was that she was very elegant. She was wearing a cheongsam, and she behaved very well. She exuded a noble aura from her bones. It was not something that ordinary people could compare with. Moreover, Xiao Xiao looked like his mother. Her hair was medium length, but it was slightly curly. Her skin was fair and supple. She was so charming at such a young age. One could imagine how good Xiao Xiao's mother was at maintaining her looks. The Shin family was busy greeting Mama Sheng. Shun Ruoyi walked to Mama Sheng and held her hand. Auntie, you haven't seen Ruoyi for a long time. What, Annie? You are so rude. Mama Sheng was Shun Ruoyi's grandmother. But, Annie, you are so young. How can I call you grandmother? Shun Ruoyi immediately refuted her grandpa. Your mouth is still so sweet. Mama Sheng patted the back of Shun Ruoyi's hand and praised her. Then, Mama Sheng noticed Mu Qiqi, who was standing beside Grandpa Sheng. She was the legendary little girl. You are Qiqi, right? Qiqi, greet her, Grandpa Shin said immediately. Even Sheng Xiao has to be disciplined. You should be polite too. Call her grandmother? Mu Qiqi could not bring herself to call her grandmother. In the end, She could only call her beautiful auntie. Why are you like Roy? Why are you so rude? Grandpa Shun could not help but criticize her. Old Shun, please don't make things difficult for the children, Mama Shun said. Then, she waved at Mu Chi-Chi. Come here. Let me see what kind of little girl you are. Why is Shang Xiao so concerned about you? Actually, Mu Chi-Chi was really nervous. Her palms were sweaty. But Mama Shang was not an ordinary person. She did not show any fierce expression from the beginning to the end. Mu Chi-Chi walked over and stood in front of Mama Shang. Mama Shang reached out and stroked Mu Chi-Chi's hair. She smiled. This little girl is really smart. Her eyes are so clear. Chapter 2:11. This girl is indeed beautiful, but she's too scheming. Senseiyan took the chance to remind Mama Shang. She just wants to see the world in chaos. Sometimes I really love and hate her. If she is like Ruoi, we would not have to worry about her. Grandpa Shang was about to lose his temper when he heard that. But Mama Shang smiled and said to Grandpa Shang, children should look different. If they all look the same, the world will be in chaos. Let's go to the dining room. We could talk while we eat. Huang Yu saw that Grandpa Shang was unhappy. So, she said to Mama Shang enthusiastically, all right, Chi-Chi, come and sit with me. Mu Chi-Chi did not say anything, but she felt relieved, because Xiao Xiao knew his mother well. So, why would she not believe him? Senseiyan tried to sow discord, but she failed. So, she looked at Shun Ruoi. Shun Ruoi despised her mother at that time, because her mother was always stirring up trouble everywhere. Soon, they sat down in the dining room of the Shun family. Mama Shang and Mu Chi-Chi sat together. She could not help but ask her, I heard that you were studying forensic science. Why would a girl like to do that kind of work? Grandma passed away in the past. She was wrongly accused as a murderer. But no one could speak up for me. No one could help her. From then on, I felt that there might be many people like her in this world. So, I went to study forensic science. Mu Chi-Chi answered Mama Shang honestly. I've also heard about this matter. That sister of yours, that younger sister of hers, is living a miserable life now. Senseiyan was good at picking the right time to interrupt. Although her sister is cruel and wrongly accused her sister, Chi-Chi, didn't you take revenge on her in the end? Now, she doesn't even have enough to eat. No one will think that you're mute, even if you don't talk. Grandpa Shang could not stand it anymore. He lost his temper at Senseiyan. Xiao Qin, come and see Chi-Chi. What made you unhappy? Why did you sow discord? And in front of so many people? And in front of me? Do you think that I am dead? Old Master Shun was furious. Senseiyan managed to withstand the pressure. She smiled and said, am I not telling the truth? In my opinion, both the Shun and the Shang family should be careful. After all, you can't judge a book by its cover. Third, Aunt. Mu Chi-Chi could not bear it anymore. She wanted to retaliate, but Mama Shang stopped her. She held her hand and turned to Senseiyan. Well said. You may know a person's face, but you don't know his heart. At first, I didn't want to bring this matter to light. But now, Suyun, it seems that you're a little untactful. Let's not talk about Mu Chi-Chi first. You came to the Shang family with bad intentions to make irresponsible remarks about me. Don't you think you have no sense of propriety? Senseiyan did not expect that Mama Shang would side with Mu Chi-Chi. After the things you said, I can easily find out what the situation is. Do I need you to teach me? Afraid that I'll be tricked? My son has been in Jianchuan for so many years. Has he ever been deceived by anyone? If he can't trust someone, it's enough to prove Mu Chi-Chi's character. Don't tell me that I don't even trust my own son and trust you. Do you think that everyone is like you? That they will fall into your trap as long as they provoke you? Actually, I shouldn't say anything in such an occasion in the Shun family. After all, my identity is not suitable. But as my junior and Mu Chi-Chi's elder, what did you do? What did you say? What did you say? What did you do? What did you say? Senseiyan's face darkened, because Mama Shang's words were starting to sound harsh. You keep saying what Mu Chi-Chi did to you and how she bullied you. But from what I see, you're always trying to sow discord. How is it possible for you to be bullied? Sin Siyun clenched her fists after she heard the lecture. She sounded a little angry. I'm just being kind. Is it worth for you to join hands to scold me? It's better to be sensible. After Mama Sheng said that, she turned around and looked at Grandpa Shun. Grandpa Shun, please don't blame me for being harsh today. Grandpa Shun waved his hand after he heard that. It's just that we're not strict enough. Mama Sheng did not say anything more about Sin Siyun. She turned around and looked at Mu Chi-Chi. She said, if you're bullied like this again in the future, you can tell Jingyan. Beautiful Aunt will help you to seek justice. Okay. Mu Chi-Chi nodded her head. Sin Siyun was furious. But she could not do anything. She could only stare at Mu Chi-Chi fiercely. You're such a disgrace. Get out of here. Grandpa Shun did not want Sin Siyun to stay at the dining table. He did not want to spoil everyone's mood. So he asked Sin Siyun to leave. Sin Siyun was embarrassed and angry now. So she could only leave the dining table. Shin Ruoyi, who was sitting at the side, did not react at all. She did not say a word, because she felt that her mother had embarrassed her. Whatever she said now would only make her feel disgusted. But it was all her mother's fault. She did not live up to her expectations. Why could she not control her mouth? I did not expect that third daughter-in-law would go to someone else's house and gossip about them. I don't know where to put my face now. Mama Sheng could understand it. No matter from which angle she looked at it, it was not wrong. Old Shun, Chi-Chi is under Sheng Zhao's protection. So, as a mother, I will not cause trouble for my son. So, I will take care of Chi-Chi more. It's not appropriate for me to interfere with the Shun family's affairs as an outsider. So, if Sin Siyun did not come to the Sheng family today, I would not have said so much. Chi-Chi saved Sheng Zhao's life. So, she is the Sheng family's benefactor. So, no matter what happens in the future, if Chi-Chi is in trouble and needs help from the Sheng family, just let me know. Grandpa Shen laughed after he heard that. Who would dare to bully her when the Sheng family is protecting her? She's a smart girl. Maybe she knows that her backer is here today. So, she did not say anything. Grandpa, all right, I won't laugh at you. Grandpa Shun waved his hand. Then, he said to Mama Sheng, eat more. If you want to see this child in the future, you can ask her to go to the Sheng family. You don't have to be so polite like today. Mama Sheng laughed too. She looked like a heroine. Mu Chi-Chi looked at Xiao Xiao's mother from the side. She felt that Mama Sheng must be an extraordinary woman to be able to raise a son like Xiao Xiao. Chapter 2:12. Soon, the dinner ended in a joyful atmosphere. The Shin family sent Mama Sheng to the door. Of course, Mu Chi-Chi was one of them. She really liked Xiao Xiao's mother as much as she liked Sheng Xiao. So this was fate. Somehow, Mama Sheng felt a strong sense of love for Mu Chi-Chi. It was as if she was doting on her own son. Mu Chi-Chi had a tenacity that refused to admit defeat. It was obvious that it came from Sheng Zhao's teachings. She knew her son best. It was not easy for the little girl. So, she was on Mu Chi-Chi's side tonight. Another reason was that Sin Siyun was really annoying. All right, let's stop here. Jinchuan is such a small place. It's easy for us to meet each other. Then, beautiful aunt, please be careful on your way home. Xiaoqin, I won't send you off. Mama Sheng shook her head. She pointed at the car that was parked in front of Sheng Mansion. Please wait. Chi-Chi, let Sheng Xiao bring you to visit Sheng Mansion if there's a chance. Okay. Mama Sheng smiled. Then, she got into the car and left. At that moment, she was not suspicious of her son at all, because she had always believed that a witch would fall from the sky to subdue someone like Sheng Xiao. He would not be interested in someone like Mu Chi-Chi, who would let him train her. Therefore, Mama Sheng did not think too much about their relationship. She would not know that her son had another family outside. Mu Chi-Chi felt a little guilty when she saw Mama Sheng leaving. Xiao Xiao's mother was such a good person, but she bit the hand that fed her. She dragged Xiao Xiao into hell. If their relationship was exposed one day, what would happen to the people who cared about them? Sheng Zhao's mother is still a heroine even after so many years. Grandpa Shin could not help but sigh. Xiao Qi, you'll have one more support in the future. Behind them, Shinruoi's face turned pale. She did not expect that Mama Sheng would not look at her at all. Her attention was all on Muchichi. She knew that her mother was in trouble tonight, so she could not say anything to please her. But even so, she was still better than Muchichi. Luckily, the Sheng family is knowledgeable. They will not be fooled by a few words. Otherwise, it would be Cin Suyun's game tonight. Huang Yu put her hands behind her back and sneered. Father, I really don't understand. Why does third daughter-in-law always treat Muchichi as a thorn? What did she do to her? Grandpa Shun could not hold back his anger anymore. He walked back to the living room and said to Shunruoi, "Ask your mother to come here." Grandpa Chichi. Shunruoi's face turned pale, but she could only do as she was told. When she arrived at her mother's house, she pushed the door open and told her mother, "Mom, Grandpa is looking for Chichi. Don't you want to settle the score with me because of what happened just now?" Cin Suyun sneered. She got up from the sofa and walked to the living room of the Shun family. Chichi of the family. Shun Chichi, Sheng and Zhao's and Chi. Sheng's and Zhao's Chi of Chichi of the Yin and said, "Do you still need to be interrogated after what you did?" Grandpa Sheng placed his hands on his knees and snorted coldly at third daughter-in-law. "For the sake of future troubles, let's make our stand clear today. What exactly do you want? Let's make it clear to each other. Dad, are you trying to scare me?" Cin Suyun tilted her head and looked at Muchichi. She walked up to her. "The Shun family has been in a lot of trouble recently because of this bastard. Who is to blame for what happened to the Shun family? You have a share in it too." Grandpa Shun shouted angrily, "If you want to stay in this house, then stay. If you don't want to stay, then get out. Let me be frank with you today. If you do something like this again in the future and cause trouble outside, then get out of the Shun family immediately." I'm not joking with you. I know what you're thinking. Let me tell you, Cin Suyun, if you continue to go against me, you'll get nothing in the end. Cin Suyun tried hard to hold back her tears, but she could not say anything. It was because she knew that if she spoke now, it would only benefit second brother's family and that bastard. Humph! She would not admit defeat. Although she could not say anything, she could still look at Muchichi with hatred. Huang Yu saw the scary look in her eyes. So, she dragged Muchichi away. "Xiao-Qi, ignore her. Go back and rest. I'll send you home." "It's okay, second aunt. I can go back by myself." Muchichi shook her head. But before that, Muchichi still had something to say to Cin Suyun. "Third aunt, since you've said so much today, I'll say something too. I can tolerate you, but it doesn't mean that I'm afraid of you. I've dealt with all kinds of bitches before. Why should I be afraid of you? What happened today is the last time. If something like this happens again in the future, I won't need Grandpa to say anything. I'll make you suffer. Based on what you said, I'm just a bastard. Since I have nothing, I'm not afraid of going against you. I can lose everything. But what about you?" Cin Suyun smirked. She looked at Muchichi mockingly. Obviously, it was a provocation. Let's wait and see. Muchichi did not stay in the Shun family for long. After she informed Grandpa Shun, Huang Yu sent her to the door. But before she left, Muchichi asked Huang Yu, "Second aunt, did third aunt go to the hospital recently? Or does she have a medical background?" "How do you know?" "Her big brother is a famous surgeon. So, it's easy for her to get the medicine. So, do you still suspect that it's third aunt and Shunruoi who did it?" Huang Yu asked. "Second aunt, I hope that you can keep an eye on this matter. If it's really the mother and daughter, I'll make them pay for it." "Don't worry." Huang Yu nodded. "Go back and rest early." "Thank you, second aunt." Muchichi turned around and left the Shun family. Third aunt and her family were crying in the room, especially Cin Suyun. She was so furious that she almost fainted this time. Not only her, but Shinruoi also realized that what her mother said made sense. Muchichi's status in the Shun family was seriously threatened by her. As long as Muchichi was around, no one would see Shinruoi. She was obviously more outstanding than Muchichi. She could not spoil Muchichi like this in the future. After the chaos of the day, Muchichi threw herself into Sheng Zhao's arms when they reached home. Sheng Xiao put down the documents and hugged Mu Qiqi. He kissed and comforted her. Chapter 213. Sheng Xiao answered softly. Your mother is such a good person, but I lied to her. I feel so sorry. Mu Qiqi buried her head in Sheng Xiao's arms and said, I like her very much, just like how I like you. Sheng Xiao hugged Mu Qiqi tightly when he heard that. He said gently, Do you think she has never been through a lot? When the Sheng family was being threatened, she even raised a knife to negotiate with them. Do you think she will still be afraid of you? At that, Mu Qiqi poked her head out of his arms. Your mother has such a tough side to her. I will tell you about it later. Sheng Xiao kissed the top of her head and patted her butt. Let's go and take a bath. Mu Qiqi stood up from his arms. Then, she turned around and asked, Aren't you coming with me? Sheng Xiao's eyes brightened. He put down the documents in his hands and stood up. Then, he hugged Mu Qiqi horizontally. Since the little one had invited him so warmly, he would certainly not reject her. Then, the two of them put on a show in the bathroom. After they were done, they lay in the bathtub. Mu Qiqi leaned on Sheng Xiao's chest and laughed. What are you laughing at? I'm laughing at my cousin, Shen Ruai. She dressed up like a celebrity tonight. I know she wants to show off to your mother, but my mother will not even look at her. Sheng Xiao half closed his eyes. He looked sexy and lazy. So, I told you not to worry. Mu Qiqi hugged Sheng Xiao tightly, as if afraid that such happiness would disappear. It was precisely because Sheng Xiao's mother was a good person that she felt even more guilty. And the more guilty she felt, the more she cherished her happiness. Sheng Xiao felt that Mu Qiqi was hugging him harder. He guessed that she must be thinking about her mother again. If you keep thinking about it, I will have to do it myself. Mu Qiqi shook her head when she heard that. No, I'm tired. If you really want to know how my family will react when they know about our relationship, you can find someone to do the experiment. Oh, your father. As Sheng Xiao spoke, he took out a towel and carried Mu Qiqi out of the bathtub. The weather was getting colder. He did not want his little one to catch a cold. But what if Dad tells Grandpa? Do you think someone as smart as your father would do such a stupid thing? Mu Qiqi shook her head. If I were 20 instead of 18, I might tell Dad that I'm in love with you and we're living together. But I'm too young, and I don't have enough bargaining chips. Since it's useless to talk about these things, why are you still thinking so much? Aren't you afraid of exhausting yourself to death? Sheng Xiao hooked her chin and kissed her gently. What should I do, little one? Although you're very tired, I still want you. Looking at Mu Qiqi's reaction, Sheng Xiao suddenly regretted arranging this meeting to let Mu Qiqi know what kind of person her mother was. The burden on the little thing's mind was already very heavy, and now, with the addition of guilt, he was afraid that he would soon be unable to straighten his back. He was not afraid that the little one would give up, but he felt sorry for the shackles that the little one had to carry. So the first thing he needed to do now was to get rid of Shen Ruai. So, the next morning, Sheng Xiao called Jingyun. Invite Shen Ruai to work in Huangyao. She doesn't care about the position or the job, but let her be the center of gossip, and she won't be able to get in touch with me. Young master, this is make her completely give up on me. Always arrange some good scenes for her, so that she will be completely disillusioned with me. I understand. Jingyun nodded. In other words, he wanted to ruin the image of the devil Sheng Xiao in Shen Ruoi's heart. That's easy. Please wait for my good news, young master. Go and hint to Mom, so that no one in Huangyao will trouble you when you're working. Jingyun received the order and went to look for Mama Sheng. He told her that Sheng Xiao had asked her to arrange an acquaintance to work in Huangyao, but it would not take long. Mama Sheng frowned and asked Jingyun for the reason. Sure enough, Jingyun hinted to her. Madam, when you went to the Shun family yesterday, did you notice anything unusual besides Miss Qiqi? For example, someone is trying to please you or something like that. Are you talking about Ruoi? Is she? Mama Sheng did not continue, but Jingyun took over the conversation. Although I'm not sure, young master does not want to cause any trouble. So, I have to deal with it immediately. Okay. Mama Sheng nodded. Just do it. I'll inform the department. But don't let it affect Huang Yao too much. Don't worry, madam. I know what to do. Sheng Zhao's purpose was to solve this problem. But Shen Ruoyi did not know that she was in someone else's game. She was waiting for Jing Yun to invite her. Then, she would be so happy that she would go crazy. Of course, Sheng Xiao would report it to Mu Chi in advance. Before Mu Chi went to school, he hugged her from behind and said, "Shen Ruoyi, I've arranged for her to work in Huang Yao." Huh? Mu Chi was puzzled. Don't worry. She won't have any chance to get close to me. But she will know a lot of gossip about me. Soon, she will hate me. She might even be afraid of me. Mu Chi understood what Sheng Xiao meant. She nodded. Then, don't be too cruel. I can imagine how Shen Ruoyi will be dancing in joy. I just want to tell you in advance. Don't mess with me because of this. Mess with me? Mu Chi wiped her face and pretended to be ignorant. Xiao Xiao, you are the smartest man in the world. She was good at making people fall for her. She was the one who made him fall for her. In fact, Jing Yun was a man of action. He got the order from Sheng Xiao in the morning. He went to the Shen family in the afternoon and invited Shen Ruoyi to work for him. Of course, Shen Ruoyi's major was useless in Huang Yao. So, Jing Yun racked his brains and thought of many ways to find a department that was suitable for Shen Ruoyi. When Shen Ruoyi knew about it, she was really excited like what Mu Chi said. She did not expect that happiness would come so soon. Chapter 214. Shen Ruoyi was very excited. But Sun Suyin did not know why her daughter was so excited. The Sheng family is not inviting you to be the CEO. You're just a director. Why are you so happy? My daughter. Mom, I'm still young. I don't have much working experience. It is good enough that the Sheng family is willing to give me this opportunity. Shen Ruoyi did not want her mother to disturb her. Even if she could not see Sheng Xiao every day, it was better than getting close to Mu Chi. You're the young lady of the Shun family. Why do you always belittle yourself? You should learn from Mu Chi. She is the best when it comes to overestimating herself. Shen Ruoyi did not want to listen to her mother's nagging anymore. So, she pushed Sun Suyin out of the room. Mom, I want to take a nap. You should go out now. Why does this child always flatter the Sheng family? Sun Suyin was puzzled. So, she recalled Shen Ruoyi's behavior from the moment she came back to the family. She tried to get close to Mu Chi and flattered her. Moreover, she flattered Mama Sheng last night. She said that she was not interested in the young master of the Lin family. Could it be that her daughter liked the Sheng family? Sun Suyin covered her mouth when she thought of the possibility. Then, she pushed the door open again. Mom, what's wrong? Sun Suyin closed the door carefully. She made sure that there was no one around. Then, she asked Shen Ruoyi, Daughter, tell me honestly, do you like Sheng Xiao? Shen Ruoyi did not expect that her mother could guess her thoughts. She tried to evade the question. What are you talking about? You are my daughter. Don't I know you well? How could you be interested in such a job normally? But you agreed immediately when Huang Yao asked you to go there. Moreover, you dressed up like a celebrity last night. Who are you trying to flatter? More importantly, I asked you before, why do you like Mu Chi? Why did you buy her a present? Your target is Sheng Xiao, isn't it? Shen Ruoyi knew that she could not hide it anymore. She pulled Sun Suyin and said, Mom, lower your voice. You are too bold. How dare you dream of becoming the young mistress of the Sheng family? Moreover, it is Sheng Xiao. Don't you know how scary Sheng Xiao is? Most importantly, you can't let your grandfather know about this. Otherwise, he'll kick you out of the house. Mother, if I marry into the Sheng family, do you still need these things from the Shen family? There's no need to care about him at all. So, Mom, help me. Help me get him. But that's Sheng Xiao. Do you think any random woman can move his heart? Anyway, I can't help you with anything. Sun Suyin was very sure about this. If she was not careful, she would be in trouble. Okay, actually, I didn't expect you to really help me, but, Mom, please don't interfere with me. Don't stop me from finding my own happiness. Sun Suyin sighed helplessly when she saw the determination in Shen Ruoyi's eyes. She could have fallen in love with anyone else. Why did she fall in love with Sheng Xiao? Did Shen Ruoyi not know that he was a devil? Sigh. He's really hopeless. After that, since Siyun left her daughter's room, it was because she really could not help Sheng Xiao. Shen Ruoyi could still get close to Sheng Xiao through work. But what about Sun Suyun? He could only go through Mu Chi-Chi, but their relationship now was clearly as incompatible as fire and water. Jing Yun had arranged everything perfectly. That night, Shen Ruoyi discussed with Grandpa Shun that she was going to work in Huangyao. Grandpa Shun felt strange. Why did Jing Yun want to look for Shen Ruoyi and not someone else? But he did not object when he saw that Shen Ruoyi was in high spirits. Go ahead. It's good to train more. But Grandpa Shun called Jing Yun behind their backs. What's your young master doing? Why did he ask Ruoyi to work at Huangyao? Old Shun, Miss Ruoyi is a talented person. Moreover, it's Madame's suggestion. It has nothing to do with young master. Jing Yun knew how to push the blame to others. So, he managed to get away with it. Grandpa Shun thought that perhaps Mama Sheng wanted a comfort third brother in his family, so that Shen Ruoyi would not be so sad. Moreover, Shen Ruoyi would not be at home often. It would reduce the conflicts in the family. Grandpa Shun did not think about it at all. He even told Shen Jianchuan about it when he went to see him in the afternoon. Shen Jianchuan was not as inflexible as Grandpa Shun. From the situation, he could feel that Shen Ruoyi liked Sheng Xiao. As for Sheng Xiao's action, he did not understand it. If Sheng Xiao did not like Shen Ruoyi, why did he ask her to work in Huangyao? But if Sheng Xiao liked Shen Ruoyi, what would happen to Mu Chi-Chi? Young people nowadays are getting more and more incomprehensible. Since you can't understand it, let the young people do it. Shen Jianchuan did not tell Grandpa Shun anything. Don't ask him how he knew about it. Sometimes the relationship between people did not need to be told. He just wanted to recover as soon as possible and go back to protect his daughter. He did not care if it was Sun Suyun or Shen Ruoyi. As long as they bullied his daughter, they must get lost. But, although he could speak now, he was still a disabled person. There was not much he could do to help his daughter. Especially, Mu Chi-Chi did not tell him anything. At night, Mu Chi-Chi went to the hospital to visit Shen Jianchuan. Seeing that her father was resting, she wanted to leave. But Shen Jianchuan opened his eyes and looked at his daughter. Chi-Chi, we have known each other for a long time, but we have not talked to each other properly. Is there something that you should tell me? Is it about the Shun family? If you want to tell me about the meeting with the beautiful aunt 2 days ago, do you know that Shen Ruoyi is going to work in Huangyao? Shen Jianchuan went straight to the point. Mu Chi-Chi nodded. Do I have to tell you this? I know. What's wrong? But, my daughter, why are you not sad? Shen Jianchuan looked at Mu Chi-Chi and smiled gently. Dad, isn't Sheng Xiao your boyfriend? Shen Jianchuan asked tentatively. Mu Chi-Chi's eyes widened immediately. Sheng Xiao? Actually, it's easy to guess. You have Sheng Xiao's name tattooed on your ear, and you said that you have a boyfriend. But your boyfriend never showed up. Moreover, which boyfriend would tolerate his girlfriend having someone else's name tattooed on her body? Unless the owner of the name is your boyfriend. Actually, there are too many clues. Why don't you go back to the Shen family? Why do you insist on staying outside? Why do you prefer to rely on Sheng Xiao instead of trusting your family? Although Sheng Xiao often uses Jing Yun as a shield, I've heard from your grandfather that he would defend you in all sorts of situations. Chapter 215. Shen Jianchuan was really smart. He was good at observing people's expressions and deducing their thoughts. But his prediction was so accurate. Mu Chi-Chi lowered her head after listening to Shen Jianchuan. She asked, Father, do you know? When I was the most helpless in my life, it was Xiao Xiao who pulled me back, gave me a new home, and taught me how to fight back against the world bit by bit. So, I can't help liking such a person. I used to think that I was biting the hand that fed me. I fell in love with my savior. I knew that there were many obstacles between us. I knew it. Do you think I didn't restrain myself? I've thought about it, but when I found out that Xiao Xiao knew everything, and yet he still loved me so much, I couldn't help myself anymore. Mu Chi-Chi could not help tearing up at that. It was only after that I found out about my birth and my identity. But Xiao Xiao and I are inseparable now. Shen Jianchuan wanted to wipe Mu Chi-Chi's tears away. She was his beloved daughter. Silly girl, you can tell me if you feel uncomfortable. I know how it feels to grow old with someone. Are you afraid that I will interfere with you? I am afraid, Muchichi said honestly. After all, Xiao Xiao and I are in different generations. To your father, seniority is the most useless thing. As long as that brat treats you well, as long as he truly doesn't let go of my daughter's hand, even if I have to risk my life, I will make my daughter happy. Father, Muchichi threw herself into Shun Jianchuan's arms and cried. So tell me, what happened to Shun Ruai? Muchichi was done crying. She poked her head out of Shun Jianchuan's arms and said, it was Xiao Xiao's plan. He knew that Shun Ruai was interested in him. So, he arranged Shun Ruai to work in Huangyao. Then, he put on a show so that Shun Ruai would give up. Don't worry. Shun Ruai's department will never have the chance to see Xiao Xiao. If this bastard dares to hurt you, I will kill him. He won't. I owe him all this while. He loves me so much. But I can't give him anything. Silly girl, you can give him happiness. He is the crown prince of Huangyao. He is everything. But what he lacks is the happiness you can bring him. That night, the father and daughter talked a lot. And Shin Jianchuan could really understand why Muchichi would have feelings for Sheng Xiao. It was love at 18 years old. In the past, he would not have believed it. But today, seeing his daughter so determined, maybe there would be a miracle. Of course, Sheng Xiao was the one who made him look at him in a different light. A man who owned a diamond empire could have any woman he wanted. But he loved and cared for a little girl. Sometimes, fate was a strange thing. Dad, Father, I thank you for supporting me. You made me. Ju. The father and daughter looked at each other and smiled. They were one step closer to each other. After the heavy topic was over, Shun Jianchuan told a few jokes to make Muchichi happy. In the future, his most important task was to protect his daughter's happiness. When they walked out of the hospital, Muchichi was a little dazed. She did not hear Sheng Xiao honking the horn a few times. So, Sheng Xiao got out of the car and dragged her into the black car. What are you daydreaming about? Dad has long guessed our relationship. Muchichi looked up at him and said, he didn't blame me. Instead, he encouraged me to pursue my own happiness. Your father is a person who is out of line, and he's so devoted to his daughter. It's not surprising that he would support you. Sheng Xiao glanced at her, a hint of a smile flashing across his eyes. You don't seem surprised that he knows about this. He'll find out sooner or later. With that, Sheng Xiao started the car and brought the little one home. After listening, Muchichi could not help but sigh. This was the world of smart people. Everything was understood without words. Shin Ruoi will report to Huangyao tomorrow. Oh, Muchichi did not say anything else. That's it. She's not going there to enjoy herself. Should I have a bigger reaction? Muchichi asked Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao pulled her and chuckled. He should not have a bigger reaction. He might have gone overboard when he teased Shin Ruoi. He just wanted the little one to watch the fun. Shin Ruoi was excited for the whole night, although Tsin Suyun thought that her daughter was digging her own grave. The next morning, Shin Ruoi woke up early and tidied herself up. Then, she reported to Huangyao on time. At the same time, Shin Ruoi heard many people saying that they saw the crown prince. But no one knew where Sheng Xiao was. Shin Ruoi would be excited when she heard Sheng Xiao's name. So, even if she could not see him on the first day, she felt that it was worth it to come to Huangyao. Sheng Xiao entered the office from the elevator. He could not help but ask Jing Yun about Shin Ruoi. She has reported to the office. Now, the personnel are showing her around. Sheng Xiao's lips curled into a smile, and there was a hint of a teasing demon in his eyes. I can give her some big news today. Okay, I'll go and arrange it now. But Shinroi would not know how she would feel when she found out that everything was fake in the future. The personnel manager accompanied Shinroi around the office. After he received a call, he said to Shinroi mysteriously, "Since you're a new colleague, I'll tell you something. The department you're working in is the most likely department for the Crown Prince. I heard that the Crown Prince likes the girls in your department the most." What? What do you mean? Didn't you say that the crown prince is not interested in women? He is not interested in women, but he is a pervert. Don't you know? He likes to play games. He always sends the girls to the hospital. Shenruoi did not believe it. It was definitely not Sheng Xiao. She did not believe in the gossip in the company. But, in fact, the department had created such an atmosphere to welcome her. You still don't believe it? You'll know when you see it with your own eyes. Some girls even lost their fingers. When they came out of the crown prince's office, their hands were covered in blood. Shenruoi was not affected. She felt that those people were exaggerating. At least, in her heart, Sheng Xiao had always been so elegant and charming. Although the people said that he was a devil, she still wanted to conquer such a man, because Sheng Xiao was really outstanding. Chapter 216. She was a member of the Shun family. She was not afraid of those rumors. After Shenruoi started working in Huangyao, Sun Suyun started to think in a new direction. It was because she felt that her daughter was right. If Shenruoi really succeeded and got Sheng Xiao's favor, she would become the young mistress of Huangyao. By then, her daughter would have the final say on how many diamonds and jewelry she wanted. So, she felt that Shenruoi's idea might not be that crazy. But what could she do for Shenruoi? Although she was unwilling, she could only apologize to Mu Chi-Chi and admit that she was wrong if she really needed Mu Chi-Chi's help. After all, her daughter's future was more important. As for those bastards, she could tolerate them for the time being. But she did not know that Mu Chi-Chi could tolerate all the things that she did to Mu Chi-Chi in the past. But now, the mother and daughter actually wanted to hurt Xiao Xiao. That was her bottom line. She would not allow them to give in. 2 days later, Mu Chi-Chi went back to the Shun family for dinner. This time, when Sun Siyun saw Mu Chi-Chi again, she did not look at her with hostility anymore. But she felt a little awkward. She had been tolerating it for the whole night. When the dinner was almost over, she could not help but say to Mu Chi-Chi, "Chi-Chi, do you know that Sister Ruoi is working in Huangyao now? Why? Are you trying to show off?" Mu Chi-Chi put down her chopsticks and asked Sun Suyun, "I just want to say that if you meet Sheng Xiao, please take care of your sister. I was wondering why her attitude changed so much today. Chi-Chi, it turns out that she has a favor to ask of you." Huan Yu could not help but cross her arms when she saw that. "Sun Suyun, do you really think that everyone in the world is your mother? You can do whatever you want. Everyone has to bow down to you and your daughter. Chi-Chi, you don't have to care about her." Shenruoi was much more courageous, because she believed that as long as she continued to work in Huangyao, she did not need to flatter Mu Chi-Chi so much. "Mom, I don't need anyone's help for my own matters. Moreover, she is an outsider. How can she help us? Have you forgotten all the previous examples? When I came back, I brought her so many gifts. Did she accept my kindness?" Now that Sun Siyun had restrained herself, Shenruoi was being mean again. Did this mother and daughter exchange souls? He didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It was because Shenruoi knew that Mu Chi-Chi was useless now and she was blocking her way. So, she did not give her any face. "But I can handle the matters in the company. But, Mu Chi-Chi, please call me sister the next time you see me. We can't forget the rules. After all, I'm the eldest sister of the Shun family. I'm done eating. Please enjoy your meal." Then, Shenruoi left the table and went to her room. "Everyone, please enjoy." Then, Shenruoi left the table and went to her room. Sun Suyun chased after him too. The rest of them were confused. Is there something wrong with this mother and daughter? Huang Yu kicked the ladder. But Mu Chi-Chi could understand what the mother and daughter were trying to do. Judging from Shenruoi's attitude, did she really think that she could become a phoenix? She would not object if it was anyone else in the Sheng family, but not Sheng Xiao. "Chi-Chi, can you tell me why Sheng Xiao wants Shenruoi to work in Huangyao? It's nothing good. Second aunt, please keep it a secret." Mu Chi-Chi whispered to Huang Yu. Huang Yu nodded and laughed. "Then, I'll wait for the show." Now, Shenruoi is so arrogant. Does she really think that she is a part of the Sheng family now? Mu Chi-Chi did not say anything. She just did not know how long Shenruoi could stay in Huangyao. That night, Mu Chi-Chi went home. She took a shower with Sheng Xiao and was about to sleep. But Qianqian called her before she went to bed. She sounded excited. Chi-Chi, I have good news for you. I'm not going abroad anymore. I'm going to film. Film. Mu Chi-Chi never thought that Lu Qianqian would want to be a star. She felt that she was too far away from that circle. My father's friend runs a film company. He thinks that I look good. So, he asked me to audition. Since you like it, I'll support you. But I'm worried that didn't those stars have their dark spots exposed before? Nowadays, people often bullied each other on the internet. She did not want her best friend to get hurt. Don't worry. My agent will take care of it. Qianqian needed something else to divert her attention. Mu Chi-Chi understood the pain that Duan Xiao brought to her. Since she wanted to be a star, she should go. Remember to give me your autograph when you become famous. Of course. You're my best friend. Lu Qianqian was very excited. After the call with Mu Chi-Chi, she received a call from her agent. It was so late. Her agent was really responsible. Her agent gave her a lot of information. Although it was just a supporting role, she needed to understand the whole story as soon as possible. Moreover, she sent her a book list. These are all the works of this author. Take a look when you are free. Lu Qianqian looked at the titles of the books. She almost rolled her eyes. Men Never Grow Old, Casanova. She flipped through them casually. They were all about flirting with girls. Were they for others to read? Then, Lu Qianqian looked at the name of his family. Lin Muin. What kind of rubbish man was that? Did he treat women as toys? Could the script he wrote be made into a TV series? Lu Qianqian was very disappointed with men because of Duan Xiao. Now, she still had to read Lin Muin's rubbish literature. No wonder there was an in it. She must not see this man. Otherwise, she would kick his balls. She did not know that this was the beginning of an ill-fated relationship. She would never remember that the two of them had met once. It was not long ago when they went shopping together in the afternoon. On the other side, Sheng Xiao saw Mu Chi-Chi staring at her phone. He asked her, "Is Lu Qianqian going to shoot a movie?" "Yes. That's why I am worried about her. Whatever past is dug out. Won't she be hurt a second time?" Mu Chi-Chi replied in Sheng Xiao's arms. "Why can't she do something else? I don't know what Qianqian is thinking. This is the era of making stars. There is nothing that cannot be done. You're thinking too much. Moreover, the Lu family is rich. You don't need to worry about her. Qianqian is my only friend. I am sad to see her hurt. What is the name of the movie she is going to shoot? I will ask Jingyan to keep an eye on it. It is called Reuniting the Mirror or something. I will check it online." After that, Mu Chi-Chi took out her phone. After a while, she suddenly sat up on the bed and looked at Sheng Xiao. "What is it?" "The scriptwriter and author is Lin Muin." Mu Chi-Chi looked at Sheng Xiao with a strange expression. Chapter 217. In fact, Lin Muin was a man with a very high EQ. Because of his good looks, he had a good relationship with women since he was young. That was why he was proud of himself in love. As long as he made a move, there was no woman he could not get. Of course, he had his own bottom line when he was in love. For example, he would not touch his brother's women, mistresses, or even married men. It was also because of his rich emotional experience that he had written many best-selling books. Currently, he was the most popular male author in the poll. In fact, he did not know that Lu Qianqian would be in the cast before he got the list. But when he saw the recommendation from the film company, he was stunned. Was she a sponsor? I don't think so. Lin Muin refused. But editor Lin, she is recommended by an investor. It's hard for us. I said no. Although he liked dating, he was clear about his work and private life. Lu Qianqian was a rich young lady. How dare she audition without any foundation? Who gave her the courage? Then you should talk to the investor. Lu Qianqian was furious when she received the news that she was rejected the next day. The scriptwriter did not want her. Other scriptwriters might not have the right to speak when it came to casting. But now, Lin Muin was popular and his words carried weight. Moreover, it was an adaptation of his novel. The investor had to give him some face. So, Lu Qianqian was very angry. After asking around, she got Lin Muin's phone number from Papa Lu. Holding the phone, Lu Qianqian dialed the annoying number. "I'm Lu Qianqian. What can I do for you, Miss Lu?" I know you changed my role. I'm not happy with you and want to beat you up. Lu Qianqian said, as if venting. You scumbag who writes rubbish literature. You're so shrewd. Didn't you learn your lesson after being hurt so badly? Lin Mu and was smiling from beginning to end. But every word he said made Lu Qianqian very angry. I didn't learn it. That's why I want to act in a movie to divert my attention. I'm really interested in acting. Lin Mu smiled and asked her, there's a role of a palace maid. Do you want it? And there's a spy movie that needs a lot of corpses. I want to be your mother. Will you let me? Lu Qianqian asked through gritted teeth. TSK, TSK. If you really want to divert your attention, I have a good job for you. Come and be my assistant. I promise you'll forget everything. Lin Muin, just you wait. After that, Lu Qianqian hung up the phone. This scum. She must take revenge on him. Lin Muin, on the other hand, was laughing from the start to the end. This girl was actually quite interesting. If anyone else was replaced, the first thing they would do would be to call him, either to fight for it or to threaten him. But this girl didn't pester him. She just called him and scolded him to vent her anger. After hanging up, Lu Qianqian recalled that Mu Qiqi mentioned that she went to the Lin family's birthday banquet. Moreover, when she went shopping with Mu Qiqi, she seemed to have seen a man at the entrance of the hotel. At that time, she thought that Mu Qiqi had abandoned the crown prince. But Mu Qiqi told her that it was the young master of the Lin family. Damn, enemies are bound to meet. Thinking of that face, Lu Qianqian immediately became excited and called Mu Qiqi. Qiqi, do you know Lin Muin? Mu Qiqi had just finished her class. When she heard Lu Qianqian mention this name, she knew that the two of them must have known each other's existence. Why did you suddenly mention him? Let me tell you, we are enemies. I must destroy him because he destroyed my beautiful stardom. Can you help me ask him out? Qianqian, are you sure? Do you know that Lin Mu and is a Casanova? Huh, you're afraid that I'll like him? Even if I fell in love with a pig, I would never fall in love with him. He's trash. Qianqian, he and I don't have any grudges. Isn't it a little strange for me to ask him out to vent your anger? Just tell him honestly that I want to see him. It's up to him whether he wants to come or not. She knew Qianqian's temper very well. The firecracker would explode sooner or later. Qianqian had only been a coward when it came to Duan Xiao, and after some thought, Mu Qiqi agreed. All right, I'll let you know later. If Xiao Xiao knew that she was going to meet a man alone, wouldn't he smack her, but until it was swollen? So, Mu Qiqi just threw the matter to the man. Anyway, if it was Sheng Xiao who asked her out, Lin Muin could not refuse. Lin Muin received a call from Huang Yao in the afternoon. Jingyan told him everything in a few words. Lin Muin did not refuse. Their conversation only lasted for 2 minutes. Then, Mu Qiqi replied to Lu Qianqian and asked her to meet him at the Imperial Hotel at noon tomorrow. In fact, Lin Muin did not need to care about Lu Qianqian's unreasonable request. Even Jingyan said that he was bored. But Lin Muin felt that Lu Qianqian was a very interesting girl. At least, he did not reject her in terms of feelings. Since Lu Qianqian wanted to go, Mu Qiqi certainly had to accompany her. And since Mu Qiqi was there, Sheng Xiao naturally had to show up. His little one was going to meet another man. How could he not follow her? He hated the kind of person who pretended to be generous and told his or her partner that he or she believed her. But in fact, it meant that he or she doubted her. If she minded, he could just accompany her. Why be so pretentious? After a few days of getting used to the new department, Shen Ruoyi had a thorough understanding of the situation in the new department. It was like a center of gossip. There were many rumors about Sheng Xiao. Some of them were true, and some were false. She did not know whether she should believe them or not. It was because she could not verify those rumors. But the only thing she knew was that she knew where Sheng Xiao's office was in Huangyao. She wanted to go in and see if Sheng Xiao was involved in those scandals. Shen Ruoyi wanted to take action when she had this idea in her mind. Especially in the past 2 days, the idea was very strong. First of all, she had to choose a time when she would not meet Sheng Xiao. Secondly, she had to get the access card to enter the office. That was the state of being obsessed with someone. She wanted to know more about him. Even if she could only get a little closer to him, she would be very happy. Mama Sheng had been observing Shen Ruoyi these days, and Jingyan was right. Shen Ruoyi had been asking about Sheng Xiao everywhere. It was difficult for her not to attract attention. But if Xiao Er liked her, he would not think of such a way to deal with her. She was the junior of the Shen family, after all. She had to be careful when dealing with her. Chapter 218. On the other hand, Shen Ruoyi's every move was under Jing Yun's surveillance. He knew very well who Shen Ruoyi was in contact with in Huang Yao and what she wanted. He knew that Shen Ruoyi was messing with Sheng Zhao's office. Getting close to the person you like, isn't it to confirm whether he has a woman or not? They might be able to find some clues in Sheng Zhao's office. If that was the case, he would definitely arrange a good show for Shen Ruoyi. He purposely helped Shen Ruoyi find the cleaner who was responsible for cleaning the office area. Then, he successfully got the access card. It was also an opportunity for Shen Ruoyi to enter Sheng Zhao's office. It was already 10 o'clock at night. All the employees of Huang Yao had left work, but Shen Ruoyi was still working hard. When she was sure that there was no one around, she disguised herself as a cleaner and went to the high-rise area openly. Of course, the important offices were all locked, but Sheng Zhao's office was not, because he never put his important things in his office, and he rarely used them. When Shen Ruoyi entered the modern space, she could feel Sheng Zhao's aura everywhere. She sat on the sofa that Sheng Xiao had sat on and picked up the cup that Sheng Xiao had used. Her heart was filled with excitement. But at that moment, Shen Ruoyi heard a scream. It was a woman's voice. She was so scared that her face turned pale. Then, Shen Ruoyi noticed that it was the private lounge in Sheng Zhao's office. She could hear a woman's voice and a man's devilish teasing. Shen Ruoyi was so nervous that she had goosebumps all over her body. She immediately left Sheng Zhao's office. She did not care about her image at all. She ran as fast as she could. In fact, Jingyan was watching a thriller in the lounge and purposely turned the volume to the loudest. He thought that Shen Ruoyi was brave. In the end, she was terrified. Shen Ruoyi went home in a daze. She locked herself in her room after she got home. She could not believe that she saw Sheng Xiao fooling around with a woman. Siyun noticed that her daughter did not even have an appetite for dinner. So, she asked her what happened. Shen Ruoyi shook her head. She did not say anything. After all, she was no longer sure what attitude she had towards him. The next day, as expected, there was a new scandal in the office. I heard that after you got off work last night, an ambulance came again. That's right. I heard that this time, the girl's body was covered in many bloody wounds. It scared me to death. I've always heard that the Crown Prince plays big, but I didn't expect him to treat people like that. Shen Ruoyi's facial expression changed when she heard that. It was because she suddenly remembered what happened yesterday. The woman's scream was still echoing in her head. Director Shen, why do you look so pale? Shen Ruoyi shook her head when she heard her colleague's question. Maybe he did not rest well. Was Sheng Xiao really a demon who ate people without spitting out the bones? If that was the case, should she consider giving up? If she insisted on marrying into the Sheng family, would Sheng Xiao treat her like this in the future? Even if Sheng Xiao could restrain himself from doing anything to her, could she tolerate him toying with other girls? Shen Ruoyi was in a dilemma, but she was not willing to give up. So, she decided to go and see what was going on at night. Mama Sheng knew that Sheng Xiao was trying to ruin his image. So, she said to him before the meeting, if you really don't want to get into trouble, I can help you to get rid of her. Mom, if you really want to make a person give up, you must make her feel fear. How long do you think she can hold on? Sheng Xiao answered Mama Sheng while playing with the cufflink in his hand. Since he moved out of the Sheng family, this cufflink had become the most valuable thing in Sheng Zhao's office. Who the hell gave this to me? You treasure it so much. If you give me such a simple thing, I will treasure it too. Sheng Xiao smiled and put the cufflink back into the drawer. Don't drag this matter any longer. Otherwise, it will backfire. I know what I'm doing. Of course, it was Xiao Qi's gift. That was why he treasured it so much. Mama Sheng looked at her son helplessly. Suddenly, she felt sorry for Shen Ruoyi. She was such a good girl. Why did she have to fall in love with him? Now, even if she was not scared to death, she would be half dead. When Muchichi was at home, she did not ask about Shunruai. It was because she was too lazy to do it. As long as they were at home, she and Sheng Xiao would stick together no matter what they did. Moreover, Sheng Xiao was an energetic guy. He would put on a show in every corner of the house from time to time. She was already very tired from the classes in the morning. She could not sleep well at night. It was strange that she had the energy to care about Shunruai. Since Sheng Xiao said that he would take care of it, she would let him do it. At noon, Muchichi invited Lu Qianqian and Lin Mu in for lunch. From the moment they met, Lu Qianqian's eyes were filled with sparks. She wanted to swallow Lin Muin. On the other hand, Lin Muin was smiling. He sat opposite Lu Qianqian elegantly. Sheng Xiao was the last to arrive. He sat beside Muchichi and put his arm on her chair. He was very possessive. The two of them won't fight, will they? Lu Qianqian is no match for him. Sheng Xiao answered his little one in a low voice. Lin Mu was a third-generation heir. It was not difficult for him to capture him. Miss Lu, am I so beautiful that you can't take your eyes off me? Lin Mu did not stay idle. He teased Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian slammed the table and stood up. She pointed at Lin Muin. How'd I offend you? Why do you want to replace me? You don't know how to act. But you're just a pretty face now. That was what annoyed Lu Qianqian the most. He was just fooling around with her. Because she is talented in acting, I am talented in beating people up. Besides, the entertainment industry isn't a place that just anyone can enter. The price of becoming famous is losing a lot of things. Your privacy, your personal space, and most importantly, your past will be dug up. Do you think that your past will be accepted by everyone? It is fine if you're 26 or 36 years old, but you're only 18. You were abandoned when you were only 18. This circle is not suitable for you. After hearing Lin Mu's words, Lu Qianqian sat down, but her eyes were red. Is it my fault? You are not wrong, but that is not the mainstream value. You can do anything, but don't become a celebrity. You are cute and beautiful. Muchichi suddenly understood what Lin Muin meant. Actually, this man had the same thought as her. He did not want Qianqian to be hurt. Chapter 219. Don't think too highly of yourself. Lu Qianqian had actually accepted his kindness, but she still felt embarrassed. I'm the eldest daughter of the Lu family. How could I be replaced by you just like that? That's a disgrace. Look at you. You're just a little pepper. You don't appreciate others' kindness, do you? Who asked you to be a busybody? By the way, what kind of rubbish literature are you writing? Do you think advocating men is in line with the mainstream values? Seeing that Lu Qianqian had done her homework well, Lin Mu bent over and rested his head on the table. Then, he hooked his finger at Lu Qianqian. Why don't you come to my house one day? Let me tell you what values I'm advocating. This man was really flirtatious. But Lu Qianqian was not someone to be trifled with. She grabbed Lin Mu's finger and twisted it. I really want to make an appointment with you to have a hand-to-hand fight at the martial arts center. That's settled then. Give me your number. I'm free anytime. Who's afraid of you? Lu Qianqian immediately took out her phone. Lin Mu calmly told her his number. Then, they exchanged each other's number. And Muchichi just leaned on the table and watched the show from the beginning. Sheng Xiao even pulled her up. Seems like I don't need your help next time. Muchichi held back her laughter and let them fight in the private room. Why do I feel like there are pink bubbles above their heads? It's none of your business, Sheng Xiao said proudly. Then, he led her away. Jingyan will come and send you to Sheng Ting University later. I still have something to do. Speaking of Jingyun, Muchichi could not help but ask, Special Assistant Jing, do you have a girlfriend? Sheng Xiao shook his head. He's just a piece of rotten wood. He doesn't seem to be interested in this kind of thing. As if, believe it or not, although Jingyan looks like an idiot when it comes to relationships, people like him are usually very affectionate. Maybe he has someone in his heart. Sheng Xiao tilted his head and looked at his little one. Jingyun is under your control now? How can you be jealous? Muin was not as bad as she thought. Although he had a lot of girlfriends, it did not stop him from being a good person. Moon was not as bad as she thought he was. Although he had a lot of girlfriends, it did not stop him from being a good person. Moreover, Qian did not look like someone who would suffer a loss. After the incident with Duan Xiao, and she was very cautious when it came to relationships. Therefore, there was no need to worry at all. In short, when Lu Qian and Lin Mu left the hotel that afternoon, they glared at each other. Especially Lu Qian. She could not wait to strangle the man who ruined her career. Although she knew that her past would be very ugly if it was dug out, it would be very embarrassing. However, a playboy like Lin Mu was incomparably infuriating. At around 9 o'clock that night, Mu Qiqi received a call from Huang Yu in the small villa. Huang Yu rarely took the initiative to call her, and at this time, Mu Qiqi immediately picked up because she guessed that something must have happened at home. Qiqi, if you're free now, please go home. I'm afraid that Grandpa Shen's body can't take it anymore. What's wrong? Mu Qiqi asked quickly. It's all because of third brother and his family. Shen Ruoi has caused a big trouble. Anyway, please come home quickly. At this moment, Su Zipei, her husband, and Sheng Xiao were beside Mu Qiqi. They heard Huang Yu's voice from the phone. So Su Zipei said to Mu Qiqi, go. Let's go. Sheng Xiao grabbed Mu Qiqi's collar and brought her back to the Shun family. You know something, don't you? On the way back, Mu Qiqi asked Sheng Xiao. Since it was about Shen Ruoi and it was a big matter, it should be the truth. Shen Ruoi's secret could not be hidden anymore. You can see what Grandpa Shen thinks about this matter now. In the dark, Sheng Xiao helped Mu Qiqi unfasten the seatbelt and reminded her. Mu Qiqi was stunned. She did not know what to do. But after a while, she pushed the door open and went to the living room of the Shen family. At this moment, Mama Sheng was still in the Shen family. Shen Ruoi was kneeling in the living room. Grandpa Shen was holding a wooden stick in his hand. It seemed that he was very angry. Qiqi, Huang Yu pulled her to her side quickly. She was afraid that she would be hurt. What's wrong? It turns out that this girl has an ulterior motive for working in Huang Yao. She has sneaked into Sheng Zhao's office several times. Didn't she run into him tonight? She was caught red-handed. So, when her beautiful aunt sent her back, Grandpa Shen interrogated her carefully. Then, he found out that she has a crush on Sheng Xiao. He is her uncle. Xiao Qin, it's my fault for not teaching her well. That's why such a scandal happened. I'm so sorry. Grandpa Shen, I don't want to talk about anything else. I just hope that Ruoi can take out Sheng Zhao's cufflinks. They're his most precious thing. Mama Sheng looked at Shen Ruoi, who was kneeling on the floor. I saw it with my own eyes. She put it in her coat pocket. Huang Yu, go and take it out, Grandpa Shen ordered. But since Su Yun was protecting Shen Ruoi, she did not let anyone touch it. Don't come near me. It's just a broken thing. It's not worth it for you to force it. Then, since Su Yun took out the cufflink from Shen Ruoi's coat pocket, but she threw it into the fish tank. Mu Qiqi looked at it and realized that it was the gift she gave to Xiao Xiao. So, she did not care about anything else. She reached out her hand to grab it. But Huang Yu stopped her. Silly girl, there's electricity here. Let me help you. Mu Qiqi got the cufflinks with Huang Yu's help. Then, she gave it to Mama Sheng. Auntie, here you go. Mama Sheng took back the cufflinks and looked at Mu Qiqi. Good girl. Xiao Qin, I'm really sorry. I've caused you trouble. Grandpa Shen, since it's a family matter of the Shen family, I should go back now. Ruoi is still young. I hope that she can learn her lesson. She should think carefully before she does anything. Then Mama Sheng hugged Mu Qiqi. I'll come and see you some other day. Mu Qiqi nodded. Then, she sent a message to Sheng Xiao. Beautiful auntie, I'll definitely come and see you. Sheng Xiao did not ask why. He quickly went back to the villa that Mama Sheng prepared for him. Now it was time to close the door. Grandpa Shen was mad. He hit Shen Ruoi with a stick without any mercy. Where's the sense of honor that I've taught you since you were young? Do you like your uncle? You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference. as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.